the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto. Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. Roz. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast powered by Air Transat.
Roz's Twitter account was hacked last night.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to the hacker.
Yeah, because when you do get hacked, and how it happened was, if you're just joining us, Maury wound up DMing with the guy who hacked my account and convinced him to give it back to me and then come on the show and answer a few questions. Because when you do get hacked, the one question that everybody wants to know is how, and the second one is why. Why would you do this? It was such a pain in the ass. It ruined my night last night.
Yeah, of course.
So do we want to talk to my hacker who has agreed to come on with us today? Yes is the answer.
Hello, hacker. It's Roz and Mocha.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on? Wow, you sound like you were going like, I don't even know. How did we call you? Like, you're not calling us on a telephone, right? Like, you've got this wired through 9 different ways, right?
It's like a virtual telephone for a computer.
Are you English?
Yeah, I'm from England.
What the hell, man?
Okay, here's a question. How did you find Roz's Twitter account?
So basically, obviously your email address was on a certain domain. I'm not going to say that, but it was on a certain domain. And, you know, there's like a list of verified accounts. And then you basically just get a checker that checks for the, you know, after the @ sign with the .com. And there's like certain domains that can be taken easily. And obviously yours was on that domain and it was verified. So it just makes it a lot easier to take.
But why? Okay, so hold on here. So the email address that was associated with my account is like an easy domain to hack? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can take any email on that domain.
Really?
So yesterday when you hacked Roz's account, was his the only account you got yesterday, or were there multiple?
No, there's like 10 accounts.
10 accounts yesterday.
So
Wow.
so when you did this, so after you get you're in there, right? Like, how do you actually then go into my account and start? Why? And you changed all my pictures and stuff.
I don't think I did that, but if I did, it was probably because there's like a bunch of accounts, so I don't remember exactly which is which. But it was probably just to make it harder for you to get your account back or like prove a true identity and stuff.
Yo, but why BTS, man?
Yeah, like you changed my name to BTS.
Yeah, okay. So basically, the whole reasoning behind it wasn't to keep your account or pretend to be famous, but because you have the tick on Twitter, basically gives you a priority in support tickets.
Right.
So let's say you want to target someone's Twitter account, you want to suspend them, get them banned. You basically you get an account with a blue tick, you duplicate their profile, and then Twitter sees your account and they're like, oh, well, you're a celebrity, so this other account must be faking you. So you clone their profile picture, you clone their header, their bio, and then you report this guy for impersonating you, and Twitter bans the other person even though they're innocent.
Okay, so because here's what I know. The account that you turned my account into, and this is interesting, is at BTS. And at BTS is not associated with the band. It's just some guy who has the at BTS.
Okay.
So you were trying to get that guy banned?
Yeah, so BTS stands for Bloodthirsty Sinner in his case. And basically, I hacked that account to give it to my friend because he actually, he's in that, K-pop BTS community, so it was a better use for him. And then he took it back from my friend. And, we just thought it'd be funny to be like, if we can't have it, you can't have it. And, just suspend his account. I already suspended it originally, and he got it back. So we're just going to do it again temporarily, just to annoy him.
Yo, how old are you?
I'm 19.
You hacked my account. So you could give your friend at BTS?
No, I gave him BTS in the past, but he can't keep BTS. It's not like he just can't keep it. So we're just going to suspend his account. Ban him from Twitter, so if we can't have it, he can't have it.
Because you're such a
just out of spite. Because his friend is a big BTS fan.
So, basically, if we see someone we don't like or isn't appealing to our views, or they say stupid things and Twitter doesn't do their job, then, we can just go ahead and suspend them ourselves.
Wow, dude. Damn. I have a question that we didn't get an answer to. How did you get my password?
Well, if you call up support, they would create a temporary password for you to access your email.
And did you have to pay for any of this information? Like, what am I worth?
I mean, if you want to get someone's information, you can get it for free. Let's say you have an email address. If that email address is on eBay, you call up eBay and, you give them the email address and then they ask you, like a security question. And you go, what's my postal code so I can remember? And they give you the zip code and then you just Google the zip code and then it gives you your address. And then you just provide them the address and then they just give you all the information on your account for free.
Right. But did you pay anything for me?
No.
Okay.
Yo, this sounds like it takes a long time.
Yeah, I don't usually do those type of things.
Hey, I have another question for you. While you were in my account, one, did you read my DMs?
No. I didn't open a single DM apart from the one about giving your account back.
Right.
And I was just clarifying that I wasn't going to tweet anything malicious or like try and damage your career of any sort.
I do notice one thing though on my Twitter right now, right? I'm following, I got a lot of BTS stuff showing up in my timeline that was never there before.
Oh, no. Did you start, following accounts when you had Roz's account?
No, I never followed anyone. Maybe...
Dude, I'm telling you right now...
I think the BTS fans are trying to get you to be BTS. I don't know what's happening.
No. I'm telling you, I got a lot of BTS stuff in my timeline right now that I don't, follow at all. Dude,
well, that's
what'd you do?
Weird. Yeah, that sounds like some black magic.
No, dude, what did you do? Honestly, bro, what did you do? What did you do?
You're just gonna have to figure it out because, I can't help you on that one.
Oh, what did you do? Oh, no, bro, what did you do? Why am I following all this BTS stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back in a week and you're gonna be playing BTS on the radio every day.
Oh, we play BTS on the radio every day already.
Oh my God! Well, see that maybe that's why it was just faith.
Do you ever steal stuff from people and stuff or no?
No, that would be illegal. Although, I would never steal anything.
Yeah.
I took your Twitter account for educational purposes, only for the audience and the public view to show, there's exploits out there. Because it is an exploit, taking someone's account, reporting them for impersonation and then being banned, that's clearly an exploit in the system. But no, I would never steal from someone. That sounds very illegal.
Well, you ruined my night and you've also ruined my timeline.
I guess that's your fault for using that email. So
my fault. Stop.
That's all your fault, Roz.
Yeah.
All right, hacker. You got access to Roz's Twitter account yesterday, and nice enough to give it back. Thank you for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show today.
Yeah, have a nice day, guys.
Yeah,
enjoy your BTS feed.
What? What'd you say?
So enjoy the BTS feed.
Oh, you're such a jerk. You're such a jerk, man.
You'll figure it out in a couple of weeks.
Oh!
What does that mean?
Oh, no!
What does that mean? What did you do? Am I going to have to go through this all again, dude? Honestly.
No, you're good. We'll see you next week, all right?
Bro.
Come on, man.
No, I can't do this again,
Don't do this to the guy. Don't do this to the guy.
No, but seriously, no, you're safe. You're fine. Just,
okay.
I'd advise you not to use that email again. And also, there's a setting on your account where you can enter and it says require personal information to reset my password.
Yeah.
And, that makes it a lot harder. But yeah.
Don't jerk me around again, bro, okay?
I try not to.
Oh, stop it.
Have a nice morning, Pat.
Yeah, great, thanks.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Spoiler alert, we're going to talk Game of Thrones.
Yeah, massive spoiler alert, first of all. Damn it, Maury, good morning.
Good morning.
Maury's been doing reviews so far of this season of Game of Thrones. Up until this point, damn it, Maury has never seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it at all now? No.
Oh, how many more are there?
After tonight, 2, or after last night, 2.
Thank God.
Okay, and your reviews are very popular. These are from somebody who knows nothing about Game of Thrones, don't know the characters, don't know the stories,
I
don't know
understand.
anything.
These people are living in this big town for what?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly. That's where we're all going with this. Okay. So, Mocha, as you said, massive spoiler alert. So if you did not see Game of Thrones last night, dip for a couple, come back, okay? So, damn it, Maury, with your review of episode 5, final season.
4.
Yeah. What's that?
Episode 4.
Sorry. Episode 4, final season, Game of Thrones. Maury, please.
Well, it's not as dark as this time. The blonde queen is looking over a dead guy and she kisses him on the forehead, while the red-headed queen kisses a different dead guy on the forehead while crying. She puts a lion hair clip in his belt buckle and walks away. Jon Snow says we're here to say goodbye to our brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, etc., etc. We must keep them alive in our memory. In front of him is rows and rows of dead bodies. And super gross, a bunch of people walk over to the dead bodies and set them on fire to dispose of them. Everyone is still standing around watching them burn. Now everyone is inside for a big dinner. Some are laughing while others are talking about the bad smell of the bodies outside. The blonde queen tells a slim, good-looking guy that she wants him to go to the Storm's End because he is Lord Breathy. Everyone raises their goblets to Lord Breathy. Now things are getting out of hand. The blonde queen.
Now things are getting out of hand.
The blonde queen has a Starbucks drink in front of her. Plus, people are challenged to chug their horns full of drinks and vomit in celebration as winter has fell. A bunch of young ladies are asking these few ogrely, bearded, gross men to touch them and spend the night with them. Two say yes, one says no. Meanwhile, Lord Breathy goes outside where the fierce young girl that fought all of the dragons last week is shooting bows and arrows. The man with a metal hand kisses her and asks her to marry him. She says, "You're a wonderful lord, and a lady would be happy to have you, but I'm not a lady. I never have been. That's not me." And she walks away. Yes, she's a bad bitch. Meanwhile, next door is more, this rugged, handsome guy, strong man, is with this motherly lady with a black eye. He says that it's so hot in here and tries to take his shirt off. So she does it for him and then takes her own shirt off. Oh, wow. And now they're kissing. Yeah. And he says that you must drink if you've never had sex before.
Yeah. What?
Down the hall, the blonde queen goes into a room with Jon Snow. They start making out. Everyone is just kissing tonight. I thought those two were a brother and sister. She tells him to never tell people who he really is. She holds his hand and says she wants it to be the way it once was between them. He says he really needs to tell Salsa. And she says, you can't tell Salsa. In a meeting room, the blonde queen says, we have won winter's fair. Now we will win the last war. And looks at the redheaded queen with hate and says, under the right queen. You know, that's apparently not her. The fierce young girl and the boy in the wheelchair tell Jon Snow that they don't like his queen. Yeah. The fierce girl tells Jon Snow that he is Stark and he is the brother. The blonde queen is riding her dragon, dying to fight the people in those massive pirate ships. They are shooting bows and arrows, yet they keep missing. And then they suddenly strike one of the boats and it goes down. And some black guy is yelling, it's Sunday, it's Sunday. A bald, plum-looking man is going around telling people there is a problem with Jon Snow, asking if we really want him as a ruler. Someone says he doesn't want to be a ruler because he bent his knee. But do we really want a Bulgarian mother and a Stark father? The motherly lady with a black eye is really sad to see the metal-handed guy ride off his horse in the distance. It's the next day, and all the people are outside a really nice castle with people who dress better than they do. They are fighting. They have fighting outfits. A queen with a really awesome velvet cape is in the castle, looking down on the blonde queen. They ask for the well-dressed queen to step down as her time as queen is done, and it's time for someone else's turn. In response, they chop off the head of a girl that they had as hostage.
Right.
Spoiler alert!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Want to talk about the 10 ugliest 10 ugliest physical features according to men and women?
Oh boy.
I don't even know where this came from.
Yeah, what weirdo site did this?
So it's a dating site called, oh God.
What? Say it.
It's called beautifulpeople.com. Is this real, Maury?
Hold on. Aren't you a member of that?
Of Beautiful People? In spirit, yes. But I'm not I'm not an account holder on...
Don't you run it?
Beautifulpeople.com.
Oh my God.
That's a thing? So what was this? Like, this is like for good-looking people to find good-looking people?
Yes. I'm surprised you're not on there.
But he's taken already.
I know, but
So-
he probably likes to, get the
I
message.
can only imagine who's a member of Beautiful
So
People.
what? They surveyed everybody on this website?
They asked 3,000 of their members to name the ugliest features someone can have. This is like
You brought it up.
I know, because to me it's fascinating, but and then I start to lose interest because obviously these people are just terrible.
Yeah, I don't even want to guess. Normally, I like guessing at these.
I'll guess nose.
Okay, so let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this sort of. Let me reset this up in a different way here. If you could think of terrible people, awful people,
Yes.
who are wildly narcissistic,
Yes.
only care about physical features,
Yes.
are so shallow
Yes.
that you would never want to spend any time with them doing anything.
Okay, lips, nose, and eyes.
Okay, so what would they consider to be ugly
If-
features?
I would say somebody on that list would say something like a person's lips are too thin.
Oh, wow.
That would make
You
them
went
ugly,
real specific, huh?
right?
So according to women,
Yeah.
the worst features that a man can have,
A small chin.
a
nose.
bad mouth.
Like, I guess if it's crooked a little bit.
Like, that's a bad mouth. Being overweight, being too short, having bad skin, too much body hair. Well, who's the judge of that? Who judges what's too much in the body hair
What's
department?
wrong with too short?
Crooked nose. Bad hair. All they say is bad hair.
Then get a haircut.
What does that mean, though? Bad hair.
Maybe like receding.
Oh, here we go. Bad posture.
Oh,
I have
wow.
terrible posture.
Yeah, but that's because you're too tall and you're like top heavy.
Catherine, I swear to you, I was sitting at the table the other day. Catherine walked by me and just put one hand on my chest and one hand on my lower back and straightened me out.
Yeah.
I almost called 911. I was in so much pain.
It's true. Sometimes I see the way you sit.
Yeah.
And you
It's terrible.
your body
Is a C.
is a letter C.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
Well, it's because
is.
you have a big head and then a thin body.
But when I sit, I go from my knees like to my body, to my torso, and then up my body, and then my shoulders and my head. And when I sit, I'm a perfect C. Like if you look at my profile, I'm a perfect C. But Catherine put her hand on my chest. I wasn't expecting it, and one on my lower back, and she wrenched me straight when I was sitting at the computer, and I screamed like I whelped. like it was like something my body had never done before. Was sit up straight. It was the craziest thing. Okay, so bad posture, guilty. Long or dirty fingernails, and being too scrawny or too skinny. And then, according to men, the worst features that a woman can have. These are, by the way, they surveyed terrible people for this list. Okay, so don't take it seriously. Again, bad skin, a poor figure. What does that mean? Who judges what that means?
That sounds straight up
And also,
mean.
also no butt or too much butt. Like, how do you define, who decides what is too little or too much when it comes to butt? That's what I want to know.
I guess it's personal preference.
Too much makeup, no makeup. Like, these people have no idea what they're talking about.
They don't even know what they want.
But yeah, posture.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did your Instagram change yet?
It did.
We were talking about this yesterday, that Instagram had made the announcement, or Facebook made the announcement that they're going to get rid of all the number of likes that a follower can see on a person's post.
Yeah.
However, you, as the owner of the account, will be able to go in and see the total number of likes for that photo.
So,
for that post.
so has yours switched over?
Mine
No.
hasn't, but
So,
last night my wife, Jenna, hers did.
Yeah. So
Yours switched?
Yeah, mine switched. Now, I'll tell you this. And for anybody has yours switched, Maury? Yours has not. So here's what you can do. So if you're on your profile, right, and you click one of your pictures, right, you can't see the number of likes. And then if you click view insights, you can see the number of likes.
Sure.
But I'll tell you what this doesn't do. If you post a video,
it doesn't show you the number of likes?
It doesn't show you the number of views.
Really?
No.
That's weird.
So watch, you click insights on a video, it shows you the amount of likes, but not the number of views on a video.
Oh, wow.
So there's
Where did you
actually...
Scroll. You can't scroll any further down?
No. There's
wow.
no
That's
way
weird.
to see the amount of views. They no longer on mine anyway, and I could be completely wrong, but when you post a video now not even you get a view count of the video.
Oh, wow. That's going to be somewhat of a game changer for those people that make money. Like their income is, working with brands.
Yeah.
Although I did read that there's going to be a separate portion of Instagram for people, content creators.
Everybody's a content creator.
That use it for business.
Everybody uses it for business.
That is like a desktop version where you can track analytics and stuff.
Jeez.
And they're also doing, let's say, for example, if I'm working with Nike, right?
Yeah.
And if I post a picture and I'm wearing like a Nike, like brand new Jordans.
Sure.
Only a handful of people now and brands now can tag a link for a specific item that takes you to the purchase page.
Right.
They're going to open that up for everybody.
Oh, wow.
Pretty soon.
Wow.
So if I'm working with like Nike and I get the new AJ4s, and I could then hit a button that says, okay, you click here and then it'll automatically open on your phone. You can click buy.
Like YouTube.
Just like YouTube.
Yeah. Wow, it's crazy.
So this has affected a lot of people who care about likes.
Poor Maury.
More importantly, Dan Maury, it affected him so much that he had to have a conversation with his husband, Matthew, about it last night.
Did you hear about Instagram?
No.
The likes, they're hiding the likes. You'll no longer see the likes. Like,
I don't give a people like it or not.
But isn't the whole reason we post things?
No, not my reason. It's your reason, not mine.
Oh, ouch.
I'm not addicted to likes like you are.
Well, what's the point of posting anything if you can't see who's liking it?
Is this true? Because I hope they get rid of it. I'm tired of liking things.
No, it's true. No, you still like it. Just no one will see how many people liked it. It'll just say like Matthew and others.
It's not going to have a number of how many likes.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine by me.
Then what's the point?
I don't care.
Why am I posting pictures at the gym or at the beach if you can't see the thousands of likes?
You shouldn't be posting pictures at the gym and the beach. When you're at the gym, you should be working out. When you're at the beach, you should be sun tanning.
No, but when you're at the gym, if you post a gym picture, it's motivation. People saying good for you, blah, blah, blah. We'll no longer see.
Good, I'll save time. I don't have to like scrolling, liking. Oh, please, me do. Je ne t'entends plus.
How are you going to celebrate likes? How are you supposed to feel good about yourself?
I don't celebrate likes, and I feel good about myself without the likes.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Instagram.
Okay, it's time to make dinner, sweetie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
La Mezzia with Air Transat. This is your gateway to the gems of Calabria, right at the tip of Italy's boot. 3-hour drive from Sicily. Also, the perfect home base to discover all of the islands.
Also, the beaches. Italian beaches are like where it's at. Do yourself a favor and just right now, just Google some pictures of La Mezzia and check out what you're missing. Because we were talking earlier how I love it. I've never eaten food the way that I have when I've been to Italy, all over the different parts of Italy, whether it's Rome or anywhere else. Yeah. And you take that food and you take a beach like that, and that is a life-changing experience.
Paradise.
It's paradise.
Air Transat offers 2 direct flights per week from Toronto to La Mezzia, Italy as of June 18th. Go to airtransat.com to book your flight. What's this? Somebody on the phone?
Oh, yeah, let's take a phone call.
B wrote this, Roz.
Sure.
And we can either continue the conversation or after I read the text, we can just be like, forget it and hang up.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like this.
Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
B said, what if I told you I've been keeping track of between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite, and it's not what you think?
When did you start keeping track?
Well, I did the binging on podcast the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, there's so many good things. So I started keeping timestamps of the moments that really make me laugh.
Right.
And then I'm like, you know what? Let's just start and see what the tally is, because on Wednesdays I do see that, there are some people that are like, well, do you guys actually have a tally? And I'm like, you know what? Let's just start.
Oh, when we post on Instagram for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Yeah. So I've been like, you know what? I'm actually kind of curious. So when I did the second time around on the podcast, I started binging, and I I started keeping score. And I'm going, okay, this is interesting, okay.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, so this would be a tally of how long have we been doing the podcast? Almost a year and a half?
A year and a bit, yeah.
Okay, so about a year and a half. This is not for the 10 years almost of the Roz Mocha show.
No.
Okay. So, do we want to know the answer of who is the most favorite? I don't know if I do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to know either, B.
I'll tell you one thing, though.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Hold on. It's not you guys. It's Maury. It's Maury.
Okay.
We may bleep you.
Okay. Maury is at 15.
Oh.
Maury's at 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I. Oh man.
I won't give you the numbers. I will tell you that right now, as of the last episode, you guys are.
Wait.
Hold on.
No, B. I don't even know if I want to know that.
Okay. Hold
The
on.
difference?
Okay, hold on. Can we put you on? We're going to put you on hold. You tell Maury, okay?
Hold on.
Okay.
No, I don't trust Maury, though.
Okay, never mind.
No.
Okay,
We
hold
can't
on.
trust Maury.
Okay.
Maury can't keep a secret. Are you nuts?
No, you're right.
Maury doesn't know how to keep a secret
but
at all.
I'll tell you the problem is, though, and why I think that I sort of do want to know, or why we should let this out, is because it's actually not something that somebody can't just figure out on their own. Like, anybody could go through the podcast and listen to this.
Yeah.
It's not like you found information that we didn't want out there. Anybody can just go through and count.
Sure.
True.
Well, then let them go through and count. I don't know if I want to know.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Hold on now.
Not because I'm scared, because I know
I think you
clearly
are scared.
No.
No, I think
What's going to happen if now that we put that out there, people are going to start tweeting it? We're going to know.
Well,
would you rather cut it off right now and let her tell us and then that's it? Or do you going to want to be bombarded with social media posts?
Here's the way I can see it going. If I tell you who the winner is, the other person might get like a bunch of calls and going, no, they're my favorite.
yeah, because I think that, you're right. And there's no way to not then manipulate future answers, because people inevitably are going to feel empathy to whoever the person is that did not come out on top of this.
I mean, she gave us a huge clue.
But I'll tell you, now I'm starting to hope that it's not me, because I could really use that attention.
Oh, God.
I could really use a couple weeks of people saying nice stuff about me.
You know what? I'm standing my ground. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Why don't you want to know? Why don't you want to know?
Because,
if you're just joining us right now, over the course of this entire show that Mocha and I have been doing this together, Mocha always asks, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite? And people always have their own personal favorite, and it's funny and it's everything else. B is on the phone with us right now, and we've been doing the podcast for a year and a half, and you went through every episode and made a tally of who actually, to this point, has come out on top, who actually is the favorite based on the last year and a half of asking everybody that we talked to that same question. And so the question that we have now is, do we want to know that answer?
I say no for the simple fact that when we continue to ask, even after today,
right,
I don't want somebody to think about the answer that B has and maybe change it because of the answer.
Right.
And if we find out, we're going to have to now start keeping tally ourselves.
No, we're not.
No, Roz.
The idea of counting is making Maury nervous. Counting by one.
I mean, I don't know. What do you...
Okay. Well, listen, B, Mocha does not want to know. So I think that this has to be an across-the-board unanimous thing, because if one of us knows and the other doesn't, I don't see how that works. So I think that in order for us to say, yes, we want to know the answer, it would have to be 2 yeses.
Okay.
B, thank you very much for your text. Thank you for taking time to go through the podcast and do all that, get the final tally.
I have a whole bunch of stuff saved. So, I mean, I have how many times you said, that's what she said.
Oh, wow. I'd like to know that number. How many times have I said that's what she said?
95.
Wow. Wow, that's huge. That's what she said.
Yeah, okay, 96. Roz has been called a smooth, cool dude 24 times.
Wow.
Let's see here.
What else you got?
Pinched. Mocha has won 11 rounds. Maury has won 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mouse charades. Mocha has won 24. Roz has won 4.
Wow.
And Yeah, that's really it, because everything else is just timestamps. So,
Yeah, I gotcha. Wow, those are great numbers. Thanks for the research.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem. I'll keep it going.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, and call us back. Text us back, and we'll check in with you in another little while.
And B, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, no.
Mocha. It has to be loyalty. It's Mocha.
So you can now add another W for Mocha in your column there, your research.
I will. I'll do that.
B, thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Catherine. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
Hi. How's life in Vancouver today?
It's pretty dark.
Okay, so Catherine, you wrote us this, Roz and Mocha FML. How do I deal with this issue? My nephew's birthday lands on Mother's Day. We didn't do anything last year as he was born and we spent the day at the hospital. My dad has informed us that it's not all about his birthday, meaning the kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we should celebrate mom and not him. And she wants to go to a casino and then have dinner. And then since you've been laid off that you can't afford to do both and you get that it's Mother's Day, it's important, but shouldn't the attention be on the kid's birthday? And if you had to pick one, what are you going to do?
Are you all immediate family?
Yes. Well, she's my stepmom, but I consider her as like my real mom.
Sure. Okay. So does she not want to celebrate the baby's birthday?
Well, since last year, because we didn't celebrate it because my sister was in the hospital for 3 days.
Yeah.
Trying to push out her first baby, and we didn't do anything last year before that, right?
So let me ask you this. Here's where I guess I'm a little bit confused on this. Why are you not putting any attention to your sister's first Mother's Day?
Yeah, that's what I said, and I guess my mom didn't really understand that either.
Does your stepmom have a good relationship with you and your sister?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is what's confusing is I don't understand why everybody is just not getting together.
Because nobody gets along. Is that what it is? Nobody gets along.
Well, it's a odd relationship, right?
What's your relationship like with your dad? Or you and your sister with your dad?
Oh, it's great. He loves the kid, and he's really excited, and he's actually going to pay for the barbecue because Lisa, my sister, is off mat leave, and he's giving her money, so.
Okay, so there's no chance of all of you guys getting together and doing one big celebration, right?
No, she wants it separate. She wants the day to be all about herself.
Well, is there any room for compromise where on Mother's Day you celebrate your nephew's first birthday and maybe the day before you do all things Mother's Day with your stepmom?
I already suggested that, and she's no, it's Mother's Day on Sunday, not Saturday.
Okay, is there any chance that your mother will do anything with your sister?
Most likely, but my sister wants to be with her kid on Mother's Day.
Okay, so it's going to have to be split over. I mean, you're either going to have to make a choice, right? And which is terrible because you're in a weird position. But now, what is the conversation between your sister and your stepmother like? Now, are they talking, trying to figure out how to celebrate all this, or are you the only one that's caught in the middle?
I'm probably most likely caught in the middle, trying to calm my sister down and telling her that, yeah, I know it's his first birthday, but you know how mom is. Right.
Right. I just don't understand.
So your sister and stepmom there's zero communication whatsoever.
At this point, they haven't talked in over a week.
Okay. But does your stepmom not have any interest in celebrating the baby's first birthday?
Well, she is excited, but she's more excited to get gifts on Mother's Day.
Oh my God.
Damn, girl.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Have you ever had a conversation with your dad without your stepmom around about this semi-toxic relationship?
Not really. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think that you're going to have to just figure out a way as a family to do this. Celebrate the kid's birthday a day earlier and then do a double Mother's Day on Mother's Day. I don't know what other, everybody just can't dig their heels in, right? And so here's my thing is that it's not a you problem. This is you need the family to get together and figure all this out.
Yeah.
You can't be the one that figures all this out, especially when your dad's putting pressure on you and you got the stepmother and you got your sister and you got a baby. This can't be something that you have to decide on your own. You have to get everybody together and say, hey, let's figure out what's going to happen. What are we doing? We're all family here. We can figure this out. We're all grown.
Yeah.
My opinion right now is that it's your sister's first kid. It's the first birthday. It's her first Mother's Day. Your stepmother should be bending over backwards to do whatever she can to accommodate your sister.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
And I think that as a family, you guys need to rally around your sister. Your stepmother's had a lot of Mother's Days. Getting gifts should not be her priority. Making sure your sister has a kick-ass first Mother's Day should be her priority.
Yeah, she has a list on the fridge on what she wants for Mother's Day anyways.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
no, that's rude.
Yeah.
That's rude.
All right. Well, hopefully we help give you some answers.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Catherine.
Stick with your sister and all the firsts that she's going through, okay?
All right.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
There are 8 trending, like on my Twitter.
Yeah.
Because my Twitter and your Twitter are different.
Yeah.
But 8 things on my Twitter right now trending are all Game of Thrones related.
Let me tell you how Game of Thrones my Twitter is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all 10 are all 10, but only so Jamie is Jamie Lannister. Like if you see Jamie trending on Twitter is Jamie Lannister. This is how crazy people are for Game of Thrones.
I know.
Jamie's trending twice because half the people spelt it wrong.
Oh, how's it spelled?
It's Jamie and then Jaime.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how hardcore.
So same name, just spelled differently.
Just spelled differently. Yeah.
Wow.
So so we'll have that, and people are freaking out because there was a coffee cup in one of the scenes last night.
I'm seeing that.
Like it looked like not a mug, but like a takeaway, like
a Starbucks cup.
It's not Starbucks, but it's the exact same as like a
but it looks
Starbucks
like
cup.
it.
Yes. Yeah. And it was left on the table in one of the scenes, and everybody is now going in on the cinematographer who last week the episode was so dark and he blamed people didn't know how to use their televisions right.
Yeah, calibrate.
Right?
Suckers.
Calibrate your TV. So after all of this, right? After everything that had gone on and the years that they put this together and the budgets and everything else and the amount of eyes that saw that scene, nobody noticed that at the dinner scene in like the first half of the episode last night, that between Jon Snow and Dany is a takeaway coffee cup on the middle of their like medieval dining table.
Yeah. Somebody timestamped it and said this is at exactly 17 minutes and 49 seconds into the show.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
They made dragons?
Yeah.
And they can't delete a coffee cup.
I know.
Like,
yeah. CGI is at a level it's never been ever before. Yeah. Like you could superimpose, I don't know, like a giant chalice or something.
Yes. A 12-year-old can erase a pimple off a picture.
That's
right?
true.
A 13-year-old can erase a boyfriend out of a picture. You telling me that the Game of Thrones guys can't take a coffee cup off a table?
It's so bad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do you have any interest in Stephen King's prediction of how Game of Thrones is going to end?
Sure. I don't mind Stephen King.
So Stephen King, like last week's episode of Game of Thrones was not a great episode. I would say it was one of the weakest episodes that they've ever done.
Are we talking the one that was too dark, or are we talking about coffee cup?
Sorry, coffee cup.
Okay.
Yeah, aside from the coffee cup, I just didn't think it was that great of an episode.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with they've been off the novels now for a couple of seasons, but they're still consulting with, so I don't know. It's like a hybrid sort of thing what they're doing. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but last week's episode, or this past Sunday's episode, was not a great episode. But Stephen King, who, listen, the guy writes for a living.
Yeah.
He's pretty successful at storytelling.
I'd say so.
His prediction of how Game of Thrones is going to end is that he says this: just suppose now that both Jon and Dany die along with Cersei, and then just suppose that a certain little man with a big heart ends up sitting on the Iron Throne. So
Peter Dinklage.
So he's talking about how this whole thing's going to end with the Dwarf King, which is one way to end it.
Yeah.
I think that you're ending it with heart. I don't know how else you do, if that's your goal, is to sort of end it with optimism, then I think that that's what you do. But now, I don't know how else you end it after all these years. I don't know how you end it on a dark note. I don't know if you do that, but it's George R.R. Martin who slaughters people at will, and it's about incest, and I don't know.
It's weird. Is Stephen King I guess a massive Game of Thrones fan?
I think he's a fan as much as anybody else.
No, but has he read the books?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I'm trying to figure out for his mind.
I know he's friends with George R.R. Martin.
Oh.
So, I know he's friends with him, but I don't know. So that's Stephen King's. If you're just joining, Stephen King's prediction for Game of Thrones is that Cersei, Dany, and Jon all die, and Peter Dinklage winds up on the Iron Throne.
Ooh.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Part of my Saturday, Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you, was watching fan theories on Rey and who her parents are and what potential storylines could appear in the new Star Wars movie.
I like the idea that she is a Palpatine.
So do I.
And it's going to come down to her going to the dark side and then Kylo having to go to the light side. I think that's the logical sort of cool step that they could
I think they have to.
Yeah.
They have to at this point. They screwed up The Last Jedi so much.
I know.
Man.
I know. So Saturday was Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We missed it because it was a weekend. I'm always upset about that.
But still, doesn't mean Dan Moore didn't put in that work.
Where was the big party?
Rec room?
Oh, the rec room. I was there on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Right across the street from Rogers Center.
Yeah, man. That place is dope. I had a great time.
Will Arnett was there hanging out, right?
It's so wild.
Oh, I thought you were coming in to say something. No, you walk in halfway and then...
Oh, yeah, you just
What?
walked away. You just bailed. Yes, he said yes.
Oh.
He was, yes. Thank you, Maury.
Thank you, Dan Moore, for your contribution.
Roz, R4 is red, R2 is blue. If I was the Force, then I'd be with you. May the 4th be with you, celebrating Star Wars Day in Toronto. Look who's in town, Will Arnett.
I'm so good. So good.
Now, it is May 4th, your birthday, but it is also maybe less important to you, Star Wars Day.
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing, let's be honest. I've been doing the May 4th thing for a long time.
Now, you and I both very successful voice artists.
That's true.
You know, I've heard that you can do great impressions of the characers on Star Wars.
Is that true?
No, I made it up. I was hoping you'd go with it.
I was like, wait, who would have told you that?
You know how to do any of them?
Master Luke, I think that if you go over here, Master Luke, you'll find that the Wookiees are looking for are over here.
That was good.
It's not bad. I just thought of it in the moment, but it's not really that great.
What do you call 5 Siths piled on top of a lightsaber?
I don't know.
A Sith kebab.
You know what? Sadly, that's pretty good.
Why does Princess Leia keep her hair tied up in buns?
Why?
So it doesn't hang so low.
That's pretty great too.
Who or what can you imitate from Star Wars?
Probably Chewbacca's roar.
All right, apparently I have struck gold in the Star Wars impersonation department.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Master Yoda, I've been looking forward to this. Do it.
Are these just regular nerds now? Yeah, okay.
No, it's no Will Arnett.
I didn't know.
What did Obi-Wan say to Luke when he tried to eat bantha pie with a spoon?
I have no clue.
Use the fork, Luke. Jeremy, may the 4th be with you. Why is Yoda such a good gardener?
His green thumb?
Because he has a green thumb. Ruined it. From the Star Wars world, what can you do?
I'll give you the first one. Tell me if you recognize it. Ready?
It's a trap. Yes, very good. And who else?
Let's see. Here's a good one for you.
How about Jabba the Hutt, my favorite?
Pew, pew, pew. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
5 minutes ago, Roz gave Maury money to go grab coffee downstairs.
Okay, we've had this conversation so many times, which is what is in the spirit of going for a coffee run? So I said, hey, Moore, how about I give you money, you run down, grab 2 coffees. Fine, fair enough. Maury, you said?
No problem.
No problem. So I gave Maury $20, right, for 2 coffees to go and get he and I a coffee. $20. I get $5 back.
$5?
I get $5 back.
Let me see what size coffee you got.
Just like a regular, like whatever.
So that's like what, $3?
$3. And then Maury comes back with, what is that?
It is a chai latte with almond milk.
And what else do you have there?
Whoa! But how much was that drink?
Probably like $4, $5.
I'd say more than that.
Okay,
All right.
and what else did you buy?
Banana bread.
Right.
And the egg and cheese plate.
And how much is all that?
The egg and cheese plate is this is 5 something.
No. How much is that, honestly?
This 5 something.
Yeah.
And this is 3 something.
Oh my
Right,
God.
so I
So I handed her the 20 and said, just can you only charge the 20.15 and I'll pay the rest on debit, so at least I give him something back.
Sorry, how much was all this?
$20.30.
Okay, so your math doesn't work, more.
Ever.
Okay, your math doesn't work. My coffee's like $3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I give you 20.
Yeah.
And this whole thing came to $20.30.
That's right.
Okay, so yours was how much?
$20.30 minus $3.
So $17.30.
5, 10, 15 plus tax. Yeah, that works about right.
Yeah, when somebody gives you $20 to go for a
that ain't
coffee
right.
run, okay, you can't spend 17 of it on yourself.
But you almost got nothing back. I almost had to pay 30 cents out of my own pocket.
You owe me.
Yeah, you owe him
$10.
No, 5.
No, 10.
Because when Roz gave you money to go get coffee, it was legit just for coffee. All that extra nonsense that you bought that you don't need.
No, but I was the nice guy here and actually gave him 5 back.
No.
I don't think so.
You are such
Like, if you think about it, I could have spent the whole 20 and had to pay 30 cents out of my own pocket.
No, you did spend the whole 20.
You did spend the whole 20.
But how'd you get 5 back then if I spent the whole 20?
How did I get 5 back? I don't know.
Because I told her only charge the 20.15. Like I said, only.
So you paid 30 cents?
No. I paid the difference. Like I said,
You paid $5.30 on your debit?
Yes.
Just so you could give me back a $5 bill.
Yes.
So that means that bento box of food still cost more than what you paid. The banana bread plus that fancy drink that you got so you're still under, and you owe Roz money because you only paid $5 when the most expensive thing on the table there doesn't even total to $5.
Like I maybe owe you 5.
No, okay. So,
oh my God, that's an abuse of
I gave Maury
the
$20.
coffee run.
Again, I gave Maury $20 to go on a coffee run, and we've had this argument so many times of what is in the spirit of a coworker coffee run. Gave him $20 to go on a coffee run, and he spent $20.30 and came back. I have a single coffee. He spent $17.30 on himself.
That ain't right, man.
Out of the 20 I gave him.
So
it's just not right.
Yeah.
It's not cool. Like, it's just not right.
It's disrespectful, really.
But the funny thing is, you probably give me money again, and I'll have to go again.
There is nothing funny.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing funny.
Okay. In all seriousness, you'll probably send me again with another 20.
And you will
probably do this again.
You're a sociopath. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's
That
so
ain't
not,
right, man.
It ain't right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Still no baby name yet, huh?
No, not yet.
Won't be for a few days, if maybe a week, right?
No.
No way, man.
Baby name?
No. How long did William and Kate take? Just like a couple of days,
But
right?
this is a whole different ball of wax with these two.
I think we're going to find out tomorrow.
Well, they're doing pictures tomorrow. We know that.
And I think that's when we'll find out.
I don't think we'll know till they release the photos.
Yeah. Also, did you read Thomas Markle's statement?
Oh,
Because
happy
his
grandpa.
Because his name wasn't on the. Hold on, let me get this.
On what? The invite list? Or the list to be in the hospital room?
No, they do the birth announcement, right? And
and they have the names of like the mother and father and like the grandparents and stuff?
Yeah. But his name wasn't on it.
Was her mom's?
Her mom's was. Meghan Markle's mom's was.
Yeah.
But Thomas Markle was not. Well, he can't keep his mouth shut, man.
No, I know, exactly.
I wonder if he knows yet that he knows because he released a statement. Hold on here. Let me just see if I can find it.
There's a chance that he may never meet his grandchild.
Not there's a chance. We can definitively say the only time you will ever see his grandchild is in the newspaper, on the internet.
Or Instagram. He may only get to click like all of us.
Yeah.
If that. I don't know. I have a feeling
He's blocked.
I have a feeling they're going to block him. Yeah.
I want to find out. Hold on here. Let me just see if I can find this.
Yeah, Thomas Markle, man, that guy got like Thanos finger snapped out of that family.
Right.
So quick, bro.
So here's
into ash.
here. Okay, so here we go. He says, "I'm delighted to hear that mother and child are doing well. I am proud that my new grandson is born into the British royal family, and I'm sure that he will grow up to serve the crown and the people of Britain with grace, dignity, and honor."
Oh, wow.
He goes on to say, "God bless the child, and I wish him health and happiness, and my congratulations to my lovely daughter, Duchess Meghan, and Prince Harry, and God save the Queen." Like, now he's just full on pandering.
You are really sucking off today. Like, come on, Thomas.
Yeah, so
What
his
happened
name,
here?
yeah, his name
Yo,
wasn't.
Didn't he like diss Prince Harry like bad?
No, yeah, I mean that was the sister too, right? Samantha.
Yeah.
That's Meghan Markle's half sister or her. I don't even know.
Oh,
what
she
the
must be such a proud
relationship
aunt.
is. But yeah, no, she was the one that told Harry to man up. That side of the family is just so brutal. What is it, Maury?
No, I'm just printing the actual announcement when they did that, and they actually put like the mom's full name.
Yes,
that's
mom's,
a diss.
The mom, yes, yeah, the mom's full name is in the full birth announcement, but there's no mention of Thomas Markle. You gotta stop folding paper for me more. You're terrible at folding paper. Like I'm so
That's a quick
OCD.
fold.
I keep telling you, don't fold my paper for me because you don't get the corners right.
Oh my God!
Right? Now you can't read this. It's garbage. I can't read it now. It's garbage.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How is everybody?
Good, man.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about baby Archie.
You know, I ain't mad.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't mad.
It's interesting. You don't hear a lot of Archies anymore, right?
No.
It's sort of the name that you give a cat.
Sure. My grandfather's name was Archibald.
Right.
My dad's dad. So maybe that's why I don't mind the name at all. I mean, I don't care that much to have it ruin my day.
So
I will say Riverdale fans were very happy.
Oh, yes, I know. There was a lot of that yesterday. Netflix jumping on this.
Oh, yeah.
Riverdale fans jumping all over this. So, Prince George, right?
Which one's he again?
William and Kate's kid.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the story goes that the other day, he was like walking in through a park with his grandmother. Kate's mom.
Okay.
And a woman who was walking her dogs.
In public?
Yeah.
Like with the commoners?
Yeah.
They're allowed to leave?
So a woman who was walking her dog saw them, and then Prince George, I guess, walked up to them. And this woman knew exactly who they were.
Yeah.
And even still, she looked down at Prince George and said, "What's your name?" And he looked at her and said, "I'm called Archie."
Okay.
And then she was just like, "Oh, maybe that's just like a nickname, or maybe that is kids just playing around with their name or whatever." So that story came out, right? Like that was in the world, that story.
Okay.
And then it turns out that Meghan and Harry named their kid Archie. So one of two things happened. One, leading up to them having the kid, George was like in the room while they were throwing around names, and when they decided on Archie, and then he just blew it to a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Or Archie is actually George's nickname, and Harry and Meghan took the nickname for their own kid.
Oh, they snatched it.
Right? So it's either one of those two. I can't see it being anything else.
I think it's the one where he overheard it.
Really?
That's what I'm thinking.
Because they don't even live in the same house.
Yeah, but you assume that they get together for games night or something.
They don't. Because you know when they get together. People, you take pictures of them when they get together.
Wait,
yeah.
so Prince George said to the lady, "I'm Archie."
Yes. So here, let me read you this. Let me read you this. I'll read you the exact story here, okay? Because it's really crazy. Okay, so is Prince George the one to thank for coming up with the name Archie? Just 2 days. Oh, okay. So just 2 days after welcoming their first child together, Meghan and Prince Harry revealed that their baby's name was Archie. Okay, so back in January, the Sun reported that George was walking with his maternal grandmother, Carol Middleton, near her home in Berkshire. A woman who allegedly met the two claims that she had a small talk with them and that she told the outlet that she asked George what his name was, even though she obviously knew it. Quote, "To my astonishment," he said, "I'm called Archie," with a big smile on his face. And the woman tells the Sun that Prince George actually approached her because he wanted to pet her dog, saying, I don't know why he calls himself Archie, but kids often play with their own names. I think it's kind of lovely. And that was the story from January.
It's not like it just came out now. They reported it back
Yes,
then.
this was from January.
I think that, or it could just be that George, he liked that name. He uses it when he plays, like with his toys or whatever.
He just did that on his own? No.
Maybe.
No.
And then, Harry and Meghan heard that story and was like, you know what? Archie's a really nice name. If we have a boy, we'll name him Archie.
Yeah, but still, you don't take your nephew's nickname and use it for your own kid.
Because then George /
cool.
Archie's going to be upset
It's
because
not
the new
cool.
baby stole the name.
That's not cool at all. That's like Costanza not cool.
Wow.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah.
You're making Seinfeld references
Right?
now. Are you serious?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we found out the name yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it's not Thanos.
No.
I thought that would have been like super unconventional to go that way.
Master Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor is the baby's name.
Should have been Prince Thanos, in my opinion.
You can't name the kid Thanos. And it was funny because the Queen was one of the last people to meet the baby.
Yeah.
It was yesterday when Harry and Meghan released that picture when they met with the press, and then the Queen got to meet her 8th grandchild in baby Archie.
Grandchild, right?
Meet her great-grandchild. In baby Archie. So on the phone with us right now to talk about this monumental meeting is the Queen herself.
Hello, Queen Mum. It's Roz and Mocha.
Philip, next time we need to see the baby early. We had to sit in the C-section. Sorry to belabor the point.
Wow. Good morning, Your Majesty.
Hello from the nursery.
Okay, how is everything? How is baby Archie doing?
We're so happy that she had a baby just for and giggles.
Queen Mum.
We got to bleep you. This is not the first time we've had to bleep you, Your Majesty, either.
What was your first impression when you laid eyes on cute little Archie?
How did the baby know she was ready to be born?
Oh, how?
She was running out of womb.
All right. You know the baby's a boy, right?
Did you hear about the lady who traveled to the ocean to have her baby?
No.
She needed to have a C-section.
Oh, that's a second. You're doing a lot of C-section jokes this morning.
What's up with that, Queen?
Jeez.
What were the conversations like between you and Meghan, especially you having experience with babies, and Meghan, this is her first time going through all of this.
What do you call a group of baby soldiers?
What? Oh.
An infantry.
Okay.
There's been infantry.
No, we get it.
There's been so much talk, Queen, just about the strained relationships and how that Meghan is driving a spike through the family. Oftentimes in a situation like this, a new baby can sort of build bridges and mend those, more petty wounds. Do you feel like you guys are now a closer family after Archie was born?
Yes, she said to me, "Why is there a strange baby in the crib?"
Oh.
And I said, "You told me to change the baby."
Oh.
Oh, my God.
And Harry, this is a first-time dad. We all watched him go out in front of the press. He was giddy. He had that, that new dad shakiness going on.
Yeah, and smell, yeah.
Yeah. So how's Harry doing?
Do you know what a baby computer is called?
No, what?
Data.
All right. I almost prefer the C-section jokes at this point.
Yeah, do you have any more C-section material, Your Majesty?
How do you get an astronaut's baby to sleep?
I don't know how.
You rock it.
Okay. Queen Mom, always a pleasure having you join us on the Roz and Mocha Show. Any final thoughts or anything else you'd like to say about baby Archie?
Nope.
Okay. The Queen, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Christine, you texted us
so excited.
this morning. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Christine said, last week I had my favorite between you two. And then it changed in a second because of something that happened.
Oh, wow.
It did.
So, as you know, Christine, listening to the Roz Mocha show for as long as you have. How long is that now that you've been listening?
Since you guys started.
Okay, so almost 10 years now. And majority of the time, whenever we end a phone call, we always ask the person that we're talking to, who's your favorite between Roz and Mocha? They'll say Roz or Mocha.
Yeah.
Most times they say Mocha.
All right, what did I do?
No, see, this is where it gets tricky.
Oh.
Okay.
So, it used to be Mocha. So sorry, it's not anymore. Now it's Roz.
Why? What happened?
Because you responded to me on Instagram.
Who did?
When I told you that my friend was on the show and I wanted to be on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And then I also DM'd Maury and Mocha like months ago, and they never responded. So you're now my favorite because you responded so quickly.
Look at that. Who's one with the people now, boys?
Hey, listen. We get a lot of DMs, all right? So, and I try my best to reply to everybody.
Well, not hard enough, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
not
okay.
good enough.
Not good
I
enough.
was just so impressed, and it was so fast.
Yep.
It was great.
What's your name?
Made my day. Christine.
I gotta find you.
Oh, so many DMs.
No, I just don't know because I don't know where they go. You're lucky.
You don't know where your DMs go?
You're lucky I found the DM, first of all.
All because he, by fluke, found a DM that you had sent and replied to you at the moment that you sent him that DM. That's why you switched?
Oh, now okay, I found you. You sent me a screen grab of a conversation that you and your friend were having, where your friend was on the show and got to ask a question, and then you were like, "Oh my God, I'm so jealous." And then so you sent that to me, and I wrote you need to try harder.
Yeah.
And I go, we'd love to have you on. What do you want to ask? And then you wrote, "Oh my God, so much pressure. I don't know. I have to think of something good." Well, did you think of something good?
No, I still don't know. That's why I never got back to you.
Hey, Christine, thank you for calling.
No problem.
It was really great to finally talk to you after all the messaging and so on.
Oh, God. Okay, here
It's
we go.
really great to just make like a human connection. Social media, it's just so
Sorry,
impersonal. I'm glad that after the DMs that we shared, that we're now able to connect as people.
Oh, God.
It doesn't even matter that you're mean. You're still my favorite.
Bye, Christine. We love you.
Thank you.
Love you too. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Reem, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. How are you today?
Good, thanks.
So problems at work, huh?
Long distance relationship, huh?
A very unique long-distance relationship, yeah.
So you wrote this, Roz Mocha, FML, Fix My Life. I have a coworker who I've never actually met who is driving me insane. We've all had coworkers we might not get along with, but they tend to usually be someone we work with in the same building. My coworker is in England, and she manages to boil my blood on the daily. On a serious note, I've gone to as many people as I can for advice on how to deal with her, but am finding that the best person to ask is someone who holds no relationship to me. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's fair to say that everyone's got a bias toward anything I'm dealing with, and so it's always great to kind of get an outsider's perspective with a unique situation like this. Like you said, you know, I haven't met her. She lives in a different country. We have a 5-hour time difference in between us. And it's just really funny that I've never dealt with a coworker to this level of, you know, extreme behavior.
How's she driving you insane? What's she doing?
So a few things, and it's just one of those funny situations where even though we're at the same level, so something I'm very mindful of is that we're at the same level, we have the same job title, but she did start the job about 5 months after me. So I was responsible for training her up to my level. And just over time, she's become less receptive to any feedback or, you know, constructive criticism in terms of what she's doing in her job, although that's my responsibility. And so, like, for example, recently I'd sent her an email based on just the facts of the job and something that kind of was an error on her end that she'd made. And she'd replied back in a very aggressive way saying, you know, stuff about how I don't understand the job and how she's got too much on her plate to understand why I'm wasting my time doing things that I'm doing, which I think is really funny because we have the same jobs, so that's fine. But, you know, just stuff like that. And then once she'd also chalked it off to mental health illnesses, quote unquote. And so,
oh boy.
You know,
and that's a slippery slope. You can't accuse someone of using mental health as an excuse for
Right.
not doing a job effectively or efficiently.
Right, exactly. And I guess the biggest problem that I'm kind of needing advice on is, with something like that where I can't disclose that to my direct superior, to my manager, and essentially try to find a way to rectify the situation, but also recognize that I am at the same level as her and I can't be talking down to her. I'm very aware of that.
Okay, so
wait, Reem, have you ever tried to get on a phone call with her, or even like Skype or FaceTime or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do talk on the phone almost every day. And then it's funny because emails tend to be the best way that we communicate, simply so we have everything in writing.
Yeah, but you can't tell tone in email, right?
Yeah, you can't. And so we do have our phone calls, but it tends to be the emails where you're getting that, passive aggressive response or the very directly aggressive response from her, where it kind of, if anything, works in my favor because I have it in writing, if you know what I mean. I guess the biggest problem is that she's taking it to my boss to essentially get ahead of herself when she does kind of go down that slippery slope, where she'll send me an aggressive email, try to backtrack, but doesn't know how. So she goes to my boss to talk to him.
So your boss is in the UK?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the only one here in our Canadian branch.
Okay, so nothing is harassing, right? There's no sort of sexual harassment, verbal, hardcore verbal abuse. It's just somebody, you work with a jerk.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
So you work with a jerk. That's one part of life. You're gonna work with jerks, okay?
Right.
You're gonna work with people who think they're better than you. You're not gonna get along with everybody you work with. That's just that. Now you can go to their boss and you can just simply state, may not be able to fix anything, but you may be able to state, hey, listen, just so you know, we don't get along. We do our best. We do our best to sort of be cordial to each other, but there is tension, professional tension, and you just want to let your boss know that it is in no way going to affect your work. But you want to make him aware of what's happening and that you do feel at times that you are being personally attacked. Again, you're not going to quit. You're not going to launch some sort of lawsuit or complaint or whatever it is. You work with a jerk, but you can make your boss aware of your side without making a federal case out of the whole thing.
Right, for sure. And so we do share the same boss, and it is something that I have presented to him before. And I really try to make it more about the facts and how it does affect my job. So like you said, sometimes it's just a matter of you don't get along with your coworker. That's no problem. It doesn't have to be a big deal. But when it does affect my job and my performance, it is an issue because a lot of the errors she'll make that she's very quick to defend tend to affect my numbers just as much as hers.
So tell your boss that.
And I have. And I guess my biggest issue is he's someone who really kind of wants to be everyone's friend. And so he's very difficult when it comes to taking action on anything that needs to be taken action on.
Okay, well then who's his boss then?
Yeah, his boss I've never been in contact with.
Is the job getting done? And is it getting done correctly? And is the company happy with what it is that you and your counterpart in England are collaborating on?
Simply put, no.
No.
All right. Well, then that's a problem. And you definitely have to talk to somebody about it. And if your boss isn't doing anything about that, it reflects poorly on him as well.
Right.
Yeah, like if it's screwing things up, and you're going to work with jerks, okay? But when it becomes to the detriment of your own job or your own career, you have to try and put an end to it.
Yeah.
And if your boss isn't receptive to it, then you got to talk to somebody who would be.
Right.
But again, we have to weigh this. Like you have to understand, like if you bring this up the chain to somebody who's like super high up in that company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to look at you like, why are you telling me this?
Right.
Like, be adults. Figure this out.
Yeah.
You guys are grown-ups. Figure this out.
Right.
Why not schedule a conference call with the two of them and you?
Yeah, so we've done that. We just had one last Friday, and it was 2.5 hours of unproductivity.
I don't know what to tell you. You're working on, listen, you got a lousy coworker, and things are getting screwed up. You got a lousy boss, and if you fire this up the chain, it's going to sound incredibly petty.
Yeah.
Maybe you should look for another job.
I know. I'm thinking that too.
Yeah.
You want my advice?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Look for another job.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would never tell anybody to quit because I think it's a fool's game to quit one job without having another one to go to. But I think that you should at least look.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thanks for talking to you guys.
Terrible situation.
Thanks, Reem. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too, guys.
Right, love you lots. Bye-bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
There's a, I'm reading this story, the world's most expensive resort.
Ooh, okay.
Real quick, let me just run this through. So it's $100,000 a night.
What? Where?
It's $100,000 a night. So a couple of really expensive resorts. So Richard Branson's Necker Island, you can rent that for $77,000 a night. David Copperfield, the magician, owns one in the Bahamas that you can rent for $42,000 a night.
What?
This one, it's called the Banwa Private Island. It's a resort in the Philippines. It costs $100,000 a night. It's the most expensive island resort in the world. It's 15 acres. You have to take a helicopter to get there from Manila. There's 6 beachfront villas. 12 garden rooms and a big sort of residential suite. It can house 48 people. So you and all your friends, or you can go and do a wedding or whatever it is.
Wait, how much? How many people?
Okay, 48 people.
Yo, no lie.
Yeah.
Some Filipino families in Scarborough, they got 48 people living under one roof anyway.
There's a wine list with bottles costing as much as $36,000. You do get unlimited spa treatments, though, however. Transfers to and from the airport are not included. And a 9-passenger seaplane alone costs $11,000 to get you there. It's $100,000 a night with a minimum 5-night booking.
Oh, my God. Bro.
Yeah. A minimum 5-night booking. Again, that's in the Philippines.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You finally saw Endgame.
Oh, finally.
Okay, how was it?
Listen, man, I loved it.
Okay.
I know people who still haven't seen it. I'm like, what's wrong with you losers?
Yeah. Yeah, it cleared $2 billion over the weekend.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I knew it.
They're saying that this will beat Avatar.
For sure.
Well, no, not for sure. Nothing's come close before this.
What's Avatar again?
Oh, jeez, what's the Avatar?
It's like $4 billion, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think,
crazy.
Listen, man, I think Endgame is going to break Avatar's record.
Hold on, I have it here.
I think so, for sure. Opening weekend, it made $1 billion, and then in the past 7 days, another $1 billion plus.
Yeah.
For sure, it has to. Has to. I want to see it again. Now, I saw it in...
really?
Yeah, I saw it in like VIP. I went to the theater at Young and Egg that has the VIP seats, the leather recliners.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Oh.
And how was it? What was that experience like? Did you have to go pee? Did you manage your pees?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So right before...
Because you want to drink, right? Like you want to party.
Which I did. So right before the movie, I ran to the washroom.
Yeah.
And then I did a nice long pee.
Okay, good for you.
So the bladder was completely empty.
And then you filled it up with what, beer?
And then, no. The people beside us got 2 pitchers of beer. And I was like, how are you...
That's too much beer.
Yeah, the end game for your bladder. And I ordered an old fashioned, so I was sipping on that.
Oh, you went with liquor.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
And I bought a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And we had like snacks and everything.
Did you buy the water to pee in it? The bottle?
No. So you know what? You're not the first person to ask me that.
Oh, that's
somebody else yesterday.
You know
asked
why?
me that.
Do you know who asked you that? People who pee in bottles. Hand up. How much did Avatar make more?
Avatar, oh my God.
Oh, I thought this was you were coming in to tell me.
No, I was going to tell you that people are debating whether or not movies as long as Endgame should have an intermission.
Oh, no.
I don't think so. But I bought the bottle of water and I didn't even drink it because we were so far into the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, if I start drinking this water, I may have to pee because I already broke the seal at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So after I finished like dusting off the bag of Sour Kids that I ate, I was like so thirsty, dude.
Yeah.
And
What
then
did Avatar make more?
$2.8 billion.
2.8? That's it?
Yeah.
No.
Worldwide?
$2.8 billion.
No.
No.
I think it's closer to 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the last I don't know, 45, 50 minutes of the movie, I was sitting there thirsty as hell.
Just all dry mouth.
Yeah.
And then you start crying.
And I'm like looking at the bottle of water and I'm like, oh my God, even just one sip, maybe.
No, you're going to put you over the edge. You can't do it.
No, I
can't do it.
So as soon as the movie was done, I chugged that water.
Yeah, no, good for you.
It was good though.
for
I
you.
loved it, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
it was like,
it's so incredible.
and I don't want to spoil anything for anyone.
So satisfying.
We can have the conversation like at some point down the road when we know the world has watched it. But I'm so happy I finally got to see it.
Okay, so thumb up or thumb down on Thor? Thumb up or thumb down?
Oh, 2 thumbs up.
Okay,
Are you
good.
kidding?
Okay, Maury.
2.8 billion.
2.8 billion?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, it'll break that.
Yeah.
I think Endgame's going to break that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How are you?
I'm good. I was going through so many of the pictures from the Met Gala last night.
AKA just a fashion show?
Oh, it's so great. It's so, and normally it's not really like my thing. Red carpets aren't really my thing, which is weird because I've been covering them for 20 years.
Yeah, but you just become immune to them, I guess.
But the minutia of fashion is not my thing on a red carpet. But what I love about the Met Gala is that it is so over the top.
Yeah.
And it's incredible what these people managed to put together. Jared Leto showed up with a head of himself that he's carrying.
Yeah, weird. Oh, was he wearing a dress?
Yeah, he always does. A lot of guys wear dresses to the Met Gala.
Somebody else, who was it that wore, I think it was a dress, but then when he spread his arms out, he looked like a falcon.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what that guy's name is.
Who was that?
I know. I have my list here of like who I thought were the best dressed.
Feet.
And then Frank Ocean and Kanye showed up looking like security guards, which they just got so roasted on, like completely roasted.
Yeah.
On
man,
on social. It was so
great. Do it on purpose. You know that.
They look like valets, right?
Yeah.
Like
big time.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And Gaga showed up in this, I don't even know, it was like this massive train on her dress. It was like 20 feet. It was incredible. Katy Perry looked like a chandelier. Did you see Katy Perry?
No.
The woman literally, she looked like Le Fume from Beauty and the Beast. Like she was a chandelier.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm not lying. Like the woman was a chandelier.
Wait, Gaga was wearing a big pink, but so did she take that off?
Yeah, Gaga had
and then
to
change and run back outside?
Yes.
And do the carpet again?
I believe she did, yeah.
But she stripped down, right?
Yeah.
She's wearing like sexy lingerie.
Yeah. And then, but like before that, she had on this incredibly like elaborate, long, massive dress. Like
so when she goes into the gala,
I don't know. I don't know how
back
it works.
in the dress. She's still in her lingerie.
I have no idea what goes on inside the.
What is the Met Gala anyway? I just know it is the celebs show up and they're all dressed fancy, and then they go inside. I don't know what happens inside. Okay. The other thing that I know about the Met Gala is that's where Jay-Z got beat up by his sister-in-law in the elevator,
right?
A couple years ago.
The Met Gala, the easiest way to describe the Met Gala is it's celebrity prom.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's like no charity attached to it. It's not like...
Yeah, they do stuff.
Oh,
but
okay.
Like every prom does a fundraiser and a raffle, right? But no, it's celebrity prom.
Oh.
Is what it is.
This is a big party for them?
Yeah, it's celebrity prom, yeah.
They basically party every weekend already.
Yeah, no, not like this though. Not like the Met Gala. The Met Gala is an elaborate thing that these people's teams spend a year working towards. And there's always a theme.
Yeah.
Right? Like last night's theme was, I believe, camp. So you take that for however you want.
How's Jared Leto going to show up in a dress and a statue of his own head?
Well, I don't know, but I could look into that and say, well, depending on what version of camp you choose to abide by, it could be a decapitated head because you were murdered at summer camp, right? I don't know. I don't know. How they interpret the theme is always such a wonderful thing to see at the Met Gala. But no, it was everything that went on there last night was just so over the top and wonderful that it's one of my favorite things to just look at.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Jessica. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. How are you today?
Great.
Okay, so Jessica, you wrote us this. Hey, Roz Mocha, FML. I'm a young high school teacher in Ontario, and I'm writing because in light of the recent changes at the provincial level, I'm being forced to consider another career choice, and it's breaking my heart. I was declared surplus to the Peel District School Board on April 16th. I love my job. I love my school, and I love my students, and I love my subject. I truly don't want to do anything else with my life, as I find working in education and supporting kids to be incredibly fulfilling. I don't know what to do because I want to keep teaching, and there's a chance we will be called back to the boards, but I also am not sure I will be able to manage what my classrooms will look like, and if I do return to work in September. My question is it worth my time and stress, or should I be looking for something else? Holy jeez.
Yeah. Jessica, is this your first job in teaching?
No, so I've been
year?
teaching
No?
for 5 years, but the way it works is like you start as a supply teacher, so I did that for a year, and then you go to long-term occasional, so you fill in for like mat leaves or, you know, whatever it is, a teacher needs some time off. So I did that for another 4 years, and then I got permanent this year, which is a big deal, right? Because it's like you made it. So I got permanent this year, and then I was surplus after having been permanent for less than a year, which sucks.
Yeah. How old
are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the details, but I do know just from reading and talking to people who work in education that years ago, it was very, very difficult. There were so many teachers out of work. It was incredibly difficult. And then there was like the last 5 or so years, it was easier for teachers to get work, to get jobs.
Yeah,
and now
easier, but still not easy.
No, still not easy. Still not easy, but it was easier than what it was. And now it's sort of going back to the old way. The one thing that I do know about teachers and the people who in my life who have chosen to teach, and that is that it's not so much a job as it is a calling for you guys. You know,
absolutely,
and
it has to be, or else it's unmanageable.
Yeah, and
you have to have that commitment there. Yeah,
and you can't imagine yourself doing, anything else. Now, that said, if you are in an industry that you see is changing in a way where because it is so important to you and it is so personal and you are so passionate about it, will you stick around longer than you should? That happens with teachers, and it's happening with everybody who's in any sort of other automated industry as well. Okay, like are you too in love with this line of work to see the writing on the wall that maybe you should jump and make a change? Right, so that's the sort of questions that you have to ask yourself, and then it's what else would you do?
Well, and that's the other question, and I have no idea because this has been my whole life. You know what I mean? Like, this is all my volunteer experience. Even when I was growing up, my entire resume is either teaching or volunteering or working with kids.
Jessica, is there, you would probably know better than I would, but is there an opportunity for you to move school boards or districts? Would it be easier? Is it more difficult?
They're all laying people off. It's crazy what's going on. And then some people will tell me, oh, you're going to get called back. And then others are treating me like I have a more of a reason to be worried. And it's, oh my God. And on top of all of this, you still got to keep going.
How much time do you have on your hands?
So we should, if we're going to get called back to the boards, which some people say we are, some people we aren't, we have until September. But even if I was to be called back, they're making so many changes that it's going to be, if I can't do my job properly and I can't actually make an impact on these kids' lives.
Yeah.
If you put 40 kids in my class, I'm just going to feel like I'm failing.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. And you won't be alone. I will say this. Mocha and I can't tell you to not teach. That's just it's a gamble. Every single person who goes into teaching, you understand these sort of risks and rewards. Okay. The one piece of advice that I will tell you, and this goes for you and anybody else. If you are at a point in your life where you find that you have time on your hands, whether it's because you got laid off or whether it's because you're in the middle of two different companies or you're leaving one and going to, if you have time on your hands, you owe it to yourself to be productive with that time. And that is what I would do if I were you, is I would figure out what skills you have, because teachers have incredible skills. Teaching is like a skill that very few people actually have, to be able to communicate something in a way that you can educate others. So figure out what else you can teach. If you have time on your hands, educate yourself. Okay. So if it does come down to something of where you have to find a line of work, you can still teach, but maybe it's in a company, in some department within some company. Maybe you're working in HR, maybe you're working for a financial company, maybe you're working in whatever. You have the skills to teach, learn something else to teach. Educate yourself if you have time on your hands. And that is for you and everybody else. Use that time.
Yeah. I don't know about looking into teaching other people, because for me, it's kids. You know what I mean? That's where I want to be. But
do you want to move to Northern Ontario?
I know.
You want to move to You want to move to Northern Winnipeg?
Well, that was going to be the other thing that I was going to say, Jessica. Is it an option for you to move to a different province to see what teaching jobs are available there?
I haven't even looked in other provinces. I've been more looking abroad, like down south or something like that, for a little bit. But I guarantee there's a teaching job available to you in Winnipeg right now.
or in Yellowknife?
Oof. I don't know about that.
Well, there you go. So how bad do you want to teach?
Right, yeah.
Right? So
Maybe
learn a new skill. Learn a new skill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great advice, actually. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
Hi there, it's Roz Mocha. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I actually, it's been a while I haven't called, and I just wanted to call you guys and thank you guys for the podcast. I would say it saved my vacation.
Oh, okay.
I was away for about 3.5 weeks, and my sister, who I was traveling with, ended up getting sick while we were there, and it definitely saved me a lot of. It saved my vacation, dude.
That's great.
What happened? You were traveling where?
So me and my sister, we went to Morocco for 3.5 weeks.
Oh, damn. And then she got sick how long into the trip?
She got sick about 5 days in. She ended up with vertigo.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, anywhere we went, we listened to you guys. Obviously, seeing her laugh made me feel better as well.
Oh, that's good.
Because... yeah, so you guys, honestly, you guys are the absolute best.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you,
dude.
man. That
That's
means a lot.
like, wow.
Having said that, Roz, you're my favorite dude.
See, now I'm all perked up.
What's your name on the phone?
Adil.
Like this entire conversation, Roz was like bouncing back between his phone and his laptop.
No,
of course, that's Roz, dude. I saw you on the secret live stream. You were like all distracted.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Adil, this does not count because I didn't ask.
Oh, come on!
We have to strike it from the record.
Thank you so much,
well,
guys.
Thank you, Adele. I really appreciate it, man.
Have a great day, and I hope your sister's feeling better.
Thank you.
What happened to his sister?
Dude! Oh, my God. Did you hear that, Adele?
I'm joking.
No, I didn't get that.
He said, what happened to your sister?
Yeah, distracted Roz.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I travel a ton for work, right?
You do?
Yeah. And when I go and I come back, and then life just sort of carries on.
Sure.
Damn it, Maury's been a bachelor for how many days now was Matthew gone? 5 whole days. Come in here, Maury.
Oh, wow. So you use a regular computer browser, not private.
And
Maury is
no, fam. There's still history, fam.
So Maury's has just such a guilty disposition, right? That when Matthew goes away and comes back, what did the house look like when Matthew got back last night?
Oh, I went shopping. I got him all the garlic he needs, bananas, chicken, everything he needs. Laid out flowers for him with a homemade sign that said "Welcome home."
Right. Maury got a haircut.
I got a haircut, so I look presentable.
And then what did Matthew say when he walked in?
Whoa, what are you covering? Why are you looking so guilty?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not even married to you, and I'm suspect right now.
Thank you. I feel. Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah.
For those 5 days that your husband was out?
I know.
I just wanted to make sure there was nothing to complain about.
Wow, geez. And so the other thing that we know about that household that Maury lives in with his husband Matthew is that there's a lot of rules. Maury can't use Matthew's bathroom, no bare feet in the bed, just all sorts of rules.
You're not allowed to touch the thermostat.
Right. Can't do laundry. What?
I just realized when Mocha said that I didn't lower the thermostat.
So the rules when Matthew's going away are just as strict. And one of the rules was that Matthew was going to be gone, and Maury had a birthday party to go to on Saturday night. And the rule was you can go, but if you can have one drink.
Oh, God.
Right?
One drink?
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the rule. Maury, you can go to the birthday party with your friends, but one drink.
Is it your husband or your father?
Yeah, exactly. And so this is Damn It, Maury, what you're going to hear right now, which is recorded at that birthday party while Matthew was away. And you judge as to whether Maury followed the rules or not.
Wait.
He's talking to Shem in this, by the way.
Gotcha.
It's May the 4th be with you.
What are you doing? Who is this?
Hello. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you too.
Because it's May the 4th.
That's correct, yes.
Woo!
What are you
know how
doing?
many drinks I had? 6.
Oh, God.
6 drinks.
All right. It's time for you to go home.
Fam.
I think you're drunk, bro.
Fam.
Yeah, all right. I think you're drunk, bro. think you're drunk. I think you're drunk, fam.
Okay, are we bowling or what?
Yeah, we about to bowl. I'm about to go get a strike. You're gonna vote for Nav. You're not voting for me.
How do you know that you're a union member on who bowls?
How do I what?
How do you know you're a union member that bowls?
How do you know?
You got a strike.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
And Maury, how many drinks did you tell Matthew you had that night? One, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, Jen. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm driving through Acton, and I was thinking of Roz.
What? Roz's hometown of Acton. Wait, you're driving past Acton or through Acton?
I am driving through Acton on my way to Walkerton.
Oh, wow. Did you drive by the Roz's street sign?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It was a highlight of my drive.
Isn't it beautiful? It's so
It's a
beautiful.
beautiful sign,
Thank
Ron.
you.
Nobody knocked it over? Somebody hit it with a truck, I think, once.
It was there. I saw it.
Ah, it's the best.
And then somebody steal it once, too?
I don't know. I think somebody stole something or it went missing, but I don't know what happened.
It went missing, and I went to Acton and did a whole news report.
Right, but I don't remember why it went missing.
Some kid, the cops blamed it on the kids in the area.
Right. Yeah.
Troublemaking kids in Acton.
Believe me, those cops blame me for a lot of stuff that went on in that town that I had no part in as well, by the way, when I was a kid living there. That's great. So how's Acton? How's it doing? How's it smell?
Lovely.
Lovely. Yeah. See, it's beautiful.
Jen's lying.
It's a great. Because there used to be a real distinct smell in Acton because there used to be a glove factory, like a tannery, and so you would always smell like burning hide. Right? Yeah, like it was really wild. But the town really had a smell. Like when we moved there when I was a little kid, like you knew you were home because of the smell of Acton. Like it had this really distinct, smell to it. Yeah.
On the flip side of things, when I used to live and work in Kitchener-Waterloo, where my apartment building was, and actually the radio station, because I didn't live that far away from the radio station, it was close to a cookie factory. So every couple of days, the entire area would just smell like fresh cookies.
It's the best. We have that up at. So you had cookies in Kitchener. When I go up to ET Canada, and I don't know if it's there anymore, but there used to be a gum factory right around the corner. So sometimes in the summer, when the wind was blowing just right and it was really humid, it just smelled like gum.
Really?
Yeah, like bubble gum.
Don't forget downtown Toronto, there's the sugar factory. So when you driving down by the lake, you can smell sugar.
Years ago, I lived at King and Bathurst, which is right around the corner from the Hog House. That didn't smell good.
Gross! No description of that place necessary. Hey, Jen, thanks so much for calling in. Safe travels today. Thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I knew you were going to ask me. You know what? Mocha, I love your laugh. You make me laugh. So I say I love Mocha.
Oh. I thought that was a but. Because normally when somebody says that, there's a but at the end of it.
No, I love Mocha. Sorry, Roz.
Wow, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah, but sorry, Roz.
Yeah, but sorry, Roz.
Thanks, Jen. Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So what did Aisha Curry do yesterday? What happened?
Aisha Curry was on Jada Pinkett Smith's
Red Table Talk,
which streams on Facebook.
Yeah.
And
Aisha Curry, husband to Steph Curry.
Wife to Steph Curry.
Wife to Steph Curry, yeah.
One of the greatest basketball players in the entire world. Plays for Golden State Warriors.
Why were people going in on her? What'd she say?
So let me play this for you. Because here's the question that Jada asked and what Aisha Curry had to say back.
How do y'all deal with all the ladies around y'all men?
How do you deal with that? Stefan is like very nice by nature and he's very talkative. He's just like you. He gets it from his mama. And so like everything's always like very, very friendly and sometimes to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm a grown woman, so I'll just insert myself and be like, hello, how are you doing?
Right.
Like I'm okay with it now and I've obviously, you know, like the devil is a liar and there's always like, the ladies will always be lurking.
Right.
Hoping for their moment and waiting. You need to be aware of that.
Right.
But for me, I honestly hate it.
Okay.
So that's part one.
Of course you would hate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's part one. But here is, listen to this, because this is the part that got people divided, I guess, on Twitter.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
So that is the comment right there.
Yeah, I think I know what she means, but I also see how people can take that way off in a different direction. Oh, so what are people people freaking out because now they're like, why you want all that male attention?
Yeah, because somebody tweeted and said, I feel what Aisha was trying to convey.
Here we go.
But it came across completely wrong. Like, she's bothered by the fact that groupies are always trying to get her husband, Steph Curry's attention.
Sure.
She's bothered by it completely. She understands why it happens. It still bothers her, of course. But on the flip side, she doesn't know why she doesn't get that same kind of, not that she wants it, but
well, it sounds sort of like she wants it.
Why is she not getting that same kind of attention from dudes out there?
It's tough. And this goes back to, we've had this conversation a whole lot on this show when it comes to relationships with, I'm a firm believer in you can't live your relationship with the mandate to always sort of make things even. You know, like when you start doing that, that move in your relationship where if your husband goes out to a game with his friends, your immediate reaction should not be, well, then I get to go out with the girls.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a trade-off, a one-for-one.
Yeah, or if your wife, does something and then you are like, as a husband, well, if you get to do that, then I get to do that. Like, your relationship will crumble if you're constantly needing to make things even.
Let me read you this tweet. I know it may be hard to believe, but a lot of men actually respect marriage enough not to go after a married woman. Aisha Curry should be happy she doesn't have that problem. Besides, why do you need attention from other men? Don't you get enough from your husband?
Wow. Also, you're Steph Curry's like wife. You know what I mean?
Another tweet. Y'all mad at Aisha Curry for saying she feels uncomfortable with groupies being around her husband. But y'all would side-eye other women even looking at your dusty-ass boyfriends.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I feel for because it does put you in a real terrible position.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing it's not easy, but you want that validation. She's not saying she wants to cheat. She doesn't want options.
No. She just wants to know why her husband is getting attention from all these women and she can't get a look, let's say, from a guy out there.
Maybe she's just not paying attention because she's gorgeous.
That's what the ladies were saying.
I'm looking at this picture right now and I'm like, girl, you like the guys, it's not, there are no lack of eyes on you.
Right.
Right.
Maybe guys are intimidated.
Yeah. I don't know. No. I have no idea, but it's real unfortunate that she's going through some stuff and having to deal with just constant groupies, and yet everybody goes in on her.
Yeah. I'll read you this one final tweet. Why are y'all mad at Aisha?
Thank you.
She said she wants to still feel desirable. Every woman does.
Thank you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Yo, Robin, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
Hi, we're going to try to fix your heart.
Oh.
That sounds so bad when you say it like that.
Your story legit is like a Netflix rom-com right now.
So,
I know.
Robin,
I've got myself in a pickle.
You wrote us this. Roz and Mocha, you need to fix my life. I have feelings for my neighbor, and I don't know what to do as he doesn't know how I feel. He's older than me, and we've been hanging out for about 9 months. When I first started hanging out with him, he had gotten out of a relationship recently and said that he wasn't ready for another one. What's confusing is that he pushes me away, then turns around and pulls me back in. I just need to know where his head is at with us. And then you go on to say that nothing has changed, but you don't know how to engage in this conversation with him. So are you guys a couple or you're not a couple?
We're not a couple.
Okay, how old are you? How old is he?
He's 33 and I'm 21.
Okay. Have you guys hooked up?
Yes.
How many times?
Too many to count.
Okay. So you have a hookup relationship, right?
Yeah. But when you think of friends with benefits, do you not normally think of just like the odd text of when you want to meet up and just kind of meet up and call it that? You know what I mean? Like with me and him, it's like we talk all the time.
Yeah.
But we do other things than that. Like
he plays sports, so I've gone to his sporting things. I've hung out, like I've met his friends. Like I've hung out with them before. I've went with him to his accountant once. Like we've gone couch shopping. Like we do things other than just hook up, and we talk about things other than hook up.
So you're basically in a relationship, but the label of boyfriend and girlfriend hasn't been attached to this quote unquote relationship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, is it just that you need to have it articulated, or do certain things need to change? Like, is he keeping it casual because he's still seeing other women?
I don't think he is. Like, I don't know for sure. We've never really talked about it.
Yeah.
And we've never had the conversation of you're only sleeping with me, I'm only sleeping with you.
Right.
But, like, just from the way that things are between us, I'm pretty sure that he's not. And that he hasn't. And it hasn't been on my end either.
Yeah. When this started, did it go something like, hey, listen, I just got out of a super, crazy relationship. I'm just not ready for anything. And then you were like, oh my God, no, don't even worry about it. Me neither. Let's just keep this totally casual. We can do casual. Like people can do casual. Like you don't need a label on it. Like we don't need to do anything. Like we get along. So why not just hang out? And then you guys wind up, falling into bed together. And next thing you know, you have great feelings for him. But it starts off as a super casual thing. And that's a very difficult thing to turn into something real because it requires some straight talk.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess. Like when I first started hanging out with him, he's just like, "Don't fall in love with me." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Cause I just got out of a relationship and I'm not ready for one right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, like that's fine, I guess." Yeah.
There's nothing wrong when you're in a relationship, and even like Catherine and I will do this still. Not analyzing our relationship, but there's nothing wrong with sitting down with somebody you have feelings for and sort of doing like a State of the Union, right? Where you go through and you figure out what you are, and you go through and you talk about feelings, and you go through and you talk about you guys as a couple, your relationship. How are you doing? Like you can do these kind of things now. The thing that you have to realize that in this situation, you wanting to make this official or putting a label on it, or maybe getting him to commit or admit to something that he's not ready to.
I know, and
you have to be willing to risk it though. Like, are you willing to risk everything?
I don't know. Part of me is like, yes, it's fine. Like, and it's not even like I want him to say, yes, let's date right now. Like, I don't even want that confirmation. I just want to know where his head is at. Like if he even has feelings for me. I think if he wasn't my neighbor, it wouldn't be as hard. But it's like I can't sit.
Yeah, but like, what are you gonna do? Just continue living across the street from this guy and like keep being his booty call and going couch shopping with him and like not have an answer or be able to like move on with your own life?
No.
Do you love him?
I don't know.
I think you do.
Don't say that.
I think you're in love with him.
I think you're in love with him, and the fear that you're having right now is that he doesn't love you back. And then you think that this may have all been like a big waste of time.
Well, won't it have been? I mean, it won't be though, because like realistically, like he has made a big impact on my life.
Yeah.
Like I was super negative, and like he's really positive and sets really good goals for himself, and it's like changed me a lot. So like I'm super grateful for that, but it's just like.
Robin, your phone is terrible, so we're going to leave you with this, okay?
Oh, okay.
You love this dude. It's so unbelievably apparent.
Yeah.
And you should tell him. And if you don't, you can stay the same, and maybe he'll fall in love with somebody else, and then he's going to remind you that this was just casual and that there was no full commitment, and you're going to be crushed. Or you can tell him that you love him, and he's going to tell you that he doesn't love you, and at which point you're going to be crushed, and then he will probably move on and find somebody else. Or you're going to tell him that you love him, and he's going to tell you that you love him back. And it's the risk reward, You guys seem like you get along great. He enjoys spending time with you. To me, it sounds like you're more than a booty call. Words matter, and people like to hear this stuff, and people need to hear this stuff. And you can't assume anything in a relationship. Like if you love the man, you got to tell the man you love the man.
But how do I engage in that conversation?
You sit his ass down and you go, listen.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Okay? It's that easy.
Right? Like we've been doing this dance a long time.
Yeah.
Here's how I feel.
Yeah.
Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And don't sort of set out this maybe in the future we could do. No, be in that moment. Okay. Yeah. Everything that you say is going to be in that moment. You're not planning for, maybe if one day we can sort of like have another conversation to see. No, get it done in one conversation.
Yeah.
Let the man know how you feel. You will feel so much better about yourself if you do this.
Okay.
You got this, Robin.
But first, but Robin, before you get off the phone with us, you gotta admit that you love the man.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, if you can't say it to us, you're not going to be able to say it to him.
Okay, I think I'm in love with him.
There you go.
We knew it.
Go make love happen, girl.
Okay, thank you.
Get that Netflix ending.
I'll try.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
People have put a lot of work in recently on studying how gross people are. It's like every week we're getting another one of these studies.
Okay.
It talks about just how revolting
Did you say gross?
people are. Yeah. Hello, Maury.
Hi.
So let me read you this one here. According to a new survey, 4.4% of people, so almost 5% of people, wear the same pair of underpants for 4 days or more before changing them.
Nasty.
4 days
That's
or
gross.
more
That's gross.
before changing them.
Disgusting.
Another 9% of people wear the same pair of underpants for 2 to 3 days.
Even still. Change every day, people.
You can't tell me that you've changed every day.
Every day.
Not every day.
Every day.
Why is that so shocking to you?
Because it's just cloth. I don't understand why you can't reuse it again. Like if you're traveling or something, you've never just sort of worn it
I'm
again.
trying to make excuses for you being a disgusting human being.
Yeah, but I'm not the only disgusting human being. There's 5% more like me.
4.4% of people also said that they only shower every 4 to 5 days.
See, at least I shower every day.
I shower every day.
The survey also found that 6.2% of people don't brush their teeth every day.
Like not every night, but every morning.
Every morning, sometimes every night. Like last night I did. The night before I didn't.
And 4% of people said that they change the sheets on their bed less than 4 times a year. Okay, now I know your reaction right now is that's married family Mocha. But let's go back 10 years to single Mocha.
What's up?
Okay, let me talk to single Mocha.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could do that. I wish I was one of those people called where you can channel something. I wish I could hypnotize you and talk to single Mocha.
Oh, okay. Was that the club popping bottles every weekend?
Let me talk to single Mocha for a second.
That was a fun Mocha.
Let me talk to single Mocha for a second. And let me just read you this headline again, okay? 4% of people polled said that they changed their bed sheets less than 4 times a year.
Oh, ding, that's me.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up? Hand me another bottle of goose.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There we go, okay. I'm like, you didn't turn my microphone on. I didn't know if you were mad at me or not.
Sorry. No, why would I be mad?
I don't. That's what I was just wondering.
I'd never be mad at you.
I start going through in my head thinking of all the things I could have done. Which is I'm the worst that way.
Well, you didn't notice when I got my hair did.
Well, you wear a hat every day.
I know.
What am I supposed to do?
I got my hair cut on Tuesday, and you didn't notice yesterday. I wasn't wearing a hat yesterday.
Okay, hold on.
You didn't notice.
First of all, but your hair looks...
then that deserves a microphone off situation.
Turn it back on. I'll apologize. I won't apologize. I'm not... I swear to God, I'll say so. I noticed when Maury got his hair cut yesterday, which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it still looks bad.
No, because... Well, yes, but that's not why.
Well, listen, it's not a diss. We've been telling you for years.
No,
it's not even a haircut.
I switched barbers because you didn't like how he made it look like an upside down mountain. Now this guy took away the mountain. You still don't like it.
No. More. It's just your hair. When your hair is that, right?
What do you mean by that?
That.
You should just go bald. You should just buzz it right off.
I did that, and Matthew told me that I can't do that anymore.
But when your hair is that, right, there's no complimenting it because it just doesn't look like anything.
Like we would love to help fix the situation.
No, when it looks very long and messy, and then I come in like this,
right.
This is better than that.
No, but what I'm saying is that I acknowledge the haircut in the sense that I noticed that you got a haircut. But I have no opinion on that haircut because there's nothing to it. It's just short, all the same length all around your... No, I'm not trying to say that, but you just looked at us to say that I didn't compliment you on the haircut. I acknowledge that you got a haircut, but I have no opinions of that haircut because there is no haircut. At that point, it's just hair. Like, there's no style to it.
Yeah. It's shorter than it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's just hair. Right?
I've tried to style my hair.
I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not saying you haven't, but when you show up with a haircut like that, you can't expect people to just start throwing praise at you because there's actually just nothing to it.
I mean, then just throw the praise.
No, but he just said
there's nothing to it. Like, there's nothing to praise.
I know, but can't you lie?
Why would I?
No, just be like, oh, that looks great.
And you would believe me.
Not anymore.
No, you would not believe me. Anyway, Mocha, I'm so sorry I did not notice your haircut.
That's okay, boo.
That's because your hair, again, looks very similar to your normal hair, only just a little bit shorter.
Right.
Right? Like everything is just sort of tight.
Yeah, I found a style that I like, and I'm not changing it.
But because you wear baseball hats 90% of the time,
yes.
If you suddenly show up without a baseball hat, I don't know if you've got a haircut or not.
Yeah, that is true. That's okay.
Right? How am I supposed to? I wouldn't know that.
Well, maybe you should take me out
let's
more.
just stop splitting hairs here.
I noticed those thighs, though. The booty gains.
Saw that pizza.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Question for you.
Yeah.
How often would you say that you're bored?
Oh, God, forever.
Like bored?
Like bored.
I find boredom interesting because
I don't know.
I think that there's a difference between choosing to do nothing and being bored. Because I often choose to do nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever.
I'm not bored.
Yeah, I'm never bored. I always have something to do, and when I don't have something to do, I find that I'm turning into my father, where I will find something to do.
Sure. So they did a survey, 2,000 people, and they found that the average adult, more than 1/3 of their year is spent in boredom.
Wow.
They define boredom as a day that involves simply no fun at all.
Oh, man.
After averaging out responsibilities of the participants, they calculated that they experience 131 boring days per year.
What? That is a long
They say
time to be bored.
Full-time, quote, adult responsibilities, particularly work and parenting, appear to be sucking the fun out of adults' lives. Well, suck it up. The results showed that 60% of participants believes that their lives are just too, quote, grown up. 73% of people say that they miss aspects of what they remember from childhood, such as spending time with friends, fewer responsibilities, and attending things like birthday parties. So this goes back to this sort of arrested development that a lot of people have right now. Like, I don't know when the term adulting started, but that drives me nuts anytime I hear somebody say that, man. Somebody said that to my face and in like a non-ironic way not that long ago, and I looked at them like,
you're a child.
No, just what is it? Like, I couldn't figure them out. Like, somebody who uses the term adulting, like I'll see on Instagram where, people will be, I don't know, they'll be doing something. They'll be at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh my God, adulting is so fun. The term, it's so obscene to me.
I wanted to use the term, but I didn't want to use it wrongly. So I just didn't use the term.
You wanted to. Why did you want to?
Because
describe the situation.
Like I was at the symphony with my husband, Matthew.
Right.
And I was like in my mind going, should I say that we're adulting right now? But what if I'm wrong? Then I look like an idiot for using the term adulting.
First of all, Maury, people who use the term adulting unironically are like 25. You're 40.
Shush, people are listening.
You've been adulting for 20 years.
Yeah, bro.
I know, but I look young.
How long have you owned a home for?
Oh, for like 10 years.
And you're going to throw adulting out?
Yeah, I guess home ownership is adulting.
At 40? No, I don't know. So boredom, though, like
all the time. I think that number you put out there was low.
You think 131 days a year being bored is a low number?
That's a low number.
Really? When
because here's my problem. I agree with those people that isn't it awesome if we could go back in time and do birthday parties and stuff again and not go, oh my God, I'm at a birthday party, but I still have laundry to do and other things.
But here's the problem. Is that why can't you do that?
Because you then your wheels are turning in your head and you're like, I can't have fun right now because there's so much to do. And if I have fun now, then oh my God, that's not getting done.
You're a free person, man. You can have all the fun you want. Make your own fun.
Prioritize.
The fact that you're now saying that because you have laundry to do, you're now incapable of having fun because adulting is too hard. First of all, I was doing my own laundry when I was 11. And not once did I say adulting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, us millennials.
Bro, here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, this is the Roz and Mocha Show. What's your name?
Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I've been listening for 5 years now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Roz's Let's Do the News gets more strained, like, as time goes by.
Well, I've been doing it for 10 years now.
Yeah, and before it sounded like a lot, like, energetic, but now it's like, I feel like it's harder for you to, like, project it, you know?
Why is that so funny to all you jabronis in here?
Because
why am I getting laughed at right now?
She's trying to figure out a nice way to say that you're just like sounding old now.
Oh, is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say I sound old?
No.
Oh. but it really does sort of sound like that.
Yeah, but really, yes, Emily?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no wonder. Maury's in the other room cracking up. Like,
I know, he's dying right now.
Dying. No wonder Maury put this phone call through so quickly.
Okay. Is this also why everybody starts calling to do the Let's Do the News for me? Because I think that that's real cute, right? And endearing, and I love it. But maybe do more people think that I just sound old? I don't get that, though. No, I think my enthusiasm for it is the same level. Maybe I just don't put enough. I don't know. I think I sound these. Oh, you're not even listening to me.
She's like,
I
next.
know, you're having your own car. Does it even matter what I say at this point or no?
Yes.
It does matter. Hello?
Yes, it matters.
I don't even know what I'm trying to defend right now.
Emily, would you like to introduce the news?
No, thank you.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, we'll keep you on the phone while Roz does his daily.
Okay, here, yeah.
And you critique and tell us what you think, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Ready? Okay, Mocha, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news!
How was that, Emily?
It sounds like you're trying to project yourself still.
How was it, Roz?
That hurt. That one hurt.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
R.I.P. Peter Mayhew. Man, that was a sad one. Peter Mayhew, of course, was Chewbacca. Before Chewbacca, he was a 7'3" hospital orderly.
Oh, really?
When he tried out for the role.
I didn't know
back
that.
in 1977. Chewbacca in A New Hope, Empire, Jedi, and Sith. And he came back for The Force Awakens, but had to split the duties with Juna Sutomo, who is now the Chewbacca going forward. So,
so they split for
Last
Jedi.
No, they split for Force Awakens.
Oh, for Force Awakens.
Yeah,
okay.
he had to, he could only do certain things for Force Awakens. I believe that's the way that it went. Mark Hamill tweeted that he was the greatest of giants, a big man with an even bigger heart who never failed to make me smile, and a loyal friend who I loved dearly. Harrison Ford issued a long statement, part of which read, we were partners in film and friends in life for over 30 years, and I loved him. He invested his soul in the character and brought great pleasure to the Star Wars audience. I and millions of others will never forget Peter and what he gave us all. My thoughts are with his dear wife, Angie, and his children. Rest easy, my dear friend. So,
Goodbye, Chewbacca. Miss you, I will.
Oh, Chewie. That's sad, man.
It really is.
When the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog came out, fans went crazy because they didn't like the design for Sonic.
Yeah. Because too CGI-y.
No, he's too human-y.
Oh, yeah, because he had human teeth and everything,
He has like
right?
human teeth and like human eyes and everything else.
Yeah.
And so the director, Jeff Fowler, goes on Twitter yesterday and says, thank you for the support and criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. So the movie's going to be released in November, and they're going to do a complete redesign, which tells me that this has been a fight internally since this thing probably started, where there's one group of people in design who want Sonic to look one way, and there's another group of people who probably have more power that wanted Sonic to look the way that he does now. I can guarantee you that all the design and the other way of doing Sonic is already done.
Yeah.
And they're going to slot it in. They're not starting from scratch. I guarantee that this was a fight. What director, after a week of criticism, goes, okay, yeah, you guys are right, we'll redo our movie?
No, they have it already.
Right? It's like, yeah, like so much of this has to be done already because the clock just doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, no, you're delaying the movie by like months.
You can't delay
like
the movie.
a year.
No, the movie's not delayed.
No,
The
I know,
movie's
that's what I'm
opening
saying.
in November.
They have to.
Yeah. So that's interesting, though. I've
It's
never...
like the Sonic purists who were working on the film were the ones saying, this is how Sonic needs to look. And as you said, the bigwigs were like, no, we want it to look this way.
Yeah, or it might have been him, and Paramount wanted it the other way. And they were like, see? Because whoever has the most power is the one that made the decision.
Whoever signed them checks.
Exactly. Charlize Theron was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And this is great because I remember even hearing the story that Charlize Theron turned down Wonder Woman.
Really?
Yeah, but... Did she turn down Wonder Woman? Yes, she turned down Wonder Woman, but it's not what you think. Listen to this.
I did not turn the role of Wonder Woman down. This is a great example of how Hollywood like slaps you in the face when you start aging.
Okay.
Ouch. So somebody had said to me, "Oh, there's action on this thing, Wonder Woman. You know, we just want to make you aware of it." And I was like, "Oh, it's just I'm not familiar with it. I don't really know what it like. I mean, what does Wonder Woman do?" And this person said, "No, it's for Wonder Woman's mom." No, it's fine. It was the defining moment where I was like, I crossed over.
You're the superhero mom.
Yeah. And I wasn't fully aware of it.
Oh,
So yes, she did turn down Wonder Woman.
The movie.
But she did not turn down Wonder Woman. So Avengers Endgame this weekend. Holy moly. So it is now the second highest grossing movie of all time in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Avengers Endgame, $2.188 billion. Now, the highest grossing movie of all time was 2009's Avatar, of course, 2.788. So that's looking like, if my math is sort of right, Endgame needs to do another 600 mil in the coming weeks in order to become the highest grossing movie of all time.
Easy.
Of all time.
Finally saw it on the weekend. Loved it. Need to see it again. This time in IMAX 3D.
Yeah. No.
Why?
No, I don't like 3D.
Well, I didn't ask you to go.
No. Well, okay. Well, never mind then. That sounds like an invite to me.
Well.
All right.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to go.
Now, keep in mind, the new Spider-Man trailer is going to drop. And people have been warning Marvel fans that the Spider-Man Far From Home is actually the end to this Avengers story. This sort of sequence of Marvel's
The phase.
the phase.
Because they said Endgame was supposed to be the end of phase 3.
Right. But Homecoming is actually the end of phase 3 because so much of what happened in Endgame will affect Homecoming.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And so they're saying, though, if you have not seen Endgame yet, the new trailer for Homecoming is going to drop soon. And the trailer for Homecoming will most likely have Endgame spoilers.
Right.
You get what I'm getting at?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
If you have not seen Endgame, the Far From Home trailer, Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, will most likely spoil things that have happened in Endgame.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay. So we're all good on that. The Stranger Things plagiarism lawsuit gets dropped just like days before it was set to go to trial. So the Stranger Things creators, the Duffer Brothers, were being sued by Charles Kessler, saying that they ripped off his 2012 short film called Montauk to create what is now the Stranger Things phenomenon. But it looks like Charles Kessler had a massive change of heart because he dropped the lawsuit that was supposed to begin tomorrow in Los Angeles. And this just happened. He issued a statement
saying, I got paid.
Saying, no, he didn't.
Oh,
he
no?
goes, after hearing the deposition testimony this week, of the legal experts that I hired. It is now apparent to me, whatever I may have believed in the past, my work had nothing to do with the creation of Stranger Things. Documents from 2010 and 2013 prove that the Duffers independently created their show. As a result, I've withdrawn my claim, and I will be making no further comments on this matter.
Sounds like somebody's telling them to say that.
Well, no, because when you look at the evidence, right? Yeah. So you gather everything and you get to see what they have. And if you're suing them for ripping off something you did in 2012 and you see that they came up with this idea in 2010 and it's all verifiable, you have no case. So it's at that point, how poor do you want to go paying lawyers to fight something that you're not going to win?
I guess.
So there's that. Alex Trebek got a standing ovation last night at the Daytime Emmy Awards for picking up Best Outstanding Game Show Host. This is, I believe, Trebek's sixth time winning the award. And as we know, Alex still dealing with stage 4 advanced pancreatic cancer. This is Alex Trebek talking to ET backstage after winning.
Feels great, but it's been a long time, of course. I haven't won an Emmy, I think, in about 9 years. But this one is going to be special. And I'm aware that there must be a fair amount of sympathy that went into the voting for this. But to tell you the truth, I don't care. I've got the award, and I enjoy having this award.
So he was talking about the sympathy. But remember, last year when he didn't win was also the year that he had to have a life-threatening blood clot removed from his brain, right?
Oh, my God.
So sympathy is like... We know, but it didn't work last year, and he's fully aware of that. Madonna says giving her kids phones at the age of 13 ended her relationship with them.
Whoa.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about giving your kid a smartphone, Madonna, I guess this was in her new interview with Vogue. Her advice on giving kids phones, she just simply says, don't. I made a mistake when I gave my older children phones when they were 13. It ended my relationship with them. Really, not completely, but it became a very, very big part of their lives. They became too inundated with imagery and started to compare themselves to other people, and that's really bad for self-growth. She goes on to talk about her daughter Lourdes, saying that she doesn't have the same drive as her, and she feels that social media plagues her daughter and makes her feel like people are going to give her everything that she needs simply because she's Madonna's daughter. So Madonna saying 13, no phones.
Damn.
Right? Because wasn't she one of those parents when she first had the kids saying no television, no nothing in the house, right? So those kids were raised with nothing.
Yeah.
She
and
was
now they have everything.
And it was easier to do then because social media didn't exist.
Sure.
The only thing you sort of had to protect them from was television.
Yeah.
If you didn't want them to sort of have that, disposable junk inundating their lives. You could just get rid of the TV and everybody's like, oh my God, Madonna's children don't get television? And now look, right? That's what happens. It's scary, man. It's scary. When you're a parent, you start thinking, and it's not the phone. Like the tech is not the problem. It's the social aspect of it and opening the world. And yes, it can do really, really great things. But it also kills drive and it makes you so hyper aware of yourself at really an age that you shouldn't be that hyper aware. I don't know, man. Tiffany Haddish at the, let's wrap up the Met Gala last night with an interview with Tiffany Haddish on the red carpet about how you survive inside this night of fashion and mayhem. Like, what is the trick to surviving that night?
Can you give us an inside look on what it's like inside the Met Gala?
There's not enough food, so I brought some. I got chicken in my bag.
Can you show us that again?
The chicken in the bag, she ready.
Okay. So for Tiffany Haddish, how to survive the Met Gala is chicken in a bag. I don't mind that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So when do we get to find out the kid's name? Harry and Meghan. That's the big question. Because they said that they're going to open up the sort of family to photographers tomorrow. So Harry said yesterday that they were looking at 2 days before they would sort of have people over so they could take pictures. But when do we get the name is the question. This was Harry yesterday. I don't know if you had a chance to see when he walked out in front of the horses talking to the press, but it was actually kind of awesome, even if you're not into it.
I'm very excited to announce that Megan and myself had a baby boy early this morning. A very healthy boy. Mother and baby are doing incredibly well. It's been the most amazing experience I could ever possibly imagine. I'm so incredibly proud of my wife. And as every father and parent would ever say, you know, your baby is absolutely amazing, but this little thing is absolutely to die for, so I'm just over the moon.
He was totally in like new parent shock.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
What the hell just happened? And I think somebody had asked him like how like it was if this was his like first time like seeing your birth, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I've never seen this before. It's like, I've never been a part of this before. What are you nuts?" But yeah, so
I got nieces and nephews and everything.
Yeah,
but
you're not in the room. So the name, that's the next sort of big thing. And then, of course, will they allow somebody else to release a photo before they do? Because as you know, Harry and Meghan have their own Instagram now, and their plan is to use it for good. They've stopped following Prince Charles and Camilla, and they've stopped following his brother and Kate and the Queen and the palace. And they're only going to focus on following people on Insta that they want to then showcase who are doing good or charitable organizations or whatever it is. But I guess the name is next, but also will they release the first picture themselves on Insta, going for that?
I think so.
That likes record. Well, it sucks for me because I am one of those people in Canada where I can't see how many likes something has anymore. So I don't know if
only they will.
If they release the picture on Instagram, I won't be able to tell how many likes it has.
True.
Yeah.
You know, my Instagram still hasn't updated yet.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine has. And I'm kind of cool with it, you know? I'm actually fine with it. I don't mind it. I sort of like the idea of not having visible likes. I like it. I'm telling you, it's the healthy way to go with this.
Yeah.
And listen, you can argue influencers and everything else, but that's why you send the analytics to the people who, you know, want to give you money for posting stuff. Nobody's going to be out of work because of this.
Right. I know.
It's the showy-offy part of it that is unhealthy for people. And I'm all for it, man. Disney has set the slate for all the new Star Wars movies and as well as the Avatar sequels. So the next 3 Star Wars movies are set for a December 16th, 2022, followed by December 20th, 2024, followed by December 18th, 2026.
Damn.
And there's no word yet on if these are the Rian Johnson movies or if these are the movies that are going to be done by the guys who did Game of Thrones, or if these are going to be movies by people who are not either of those two, because I know that Rian Johnson went through hell after The Last Jedi, rightfully so.
Oh, yeah. Terrible movie.
The company also announced the long-awaited follow-ups to Avatar have been pushed back. So Avatar 2 is now set for release December 17th, 2021.
Oh, God.
Right? And then the Avatar sequels after that will be December 22nd, 2023, December 19th, 2025. So they're going to be alternating between Avatar movies and Star Wars movies. So every December, it's going to either be Star Wars or an Avatar.
There are people that won't be alive to see that last one in 2025.
There's going to be people who won't be alive to see anything that opens on Friday.
It's true.
Just saying, more. Thanks for bringing down the news, buddy.
Hey, the one thing I did notice on that list are all the, they're really amping up the live action.
Yeah, there's a lot of live action.
A lot of live action.
A lot of untitled Disney live action.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, I know. It's really interesting. Did Amy Schumer punk everybody with her baby's name? Now, if she didn't, this is really unfortunate. So Amy Schumer announced, because she had her kid the day before Meghan and Harry had their kid. And she announced that the kid's name was Jean Attell Fisher. And Fisher, the husband's last name. Attell, everybody just assumed that it was Dave Attell, the comedian, because he was sort of like Amy Fisher's mentor and really close to her.
Yeah.
And Jean, who knows where they got Jean from? I don't know. But so they announced that the kid's name is Jean Attell Fisher. And then everybody starts saying, did she just name her kid Genital Fisher?
Jean? Hold on.
Jean Attell Fisher.
Let me write this down.
Jean Attell.
I got to see it
Genital.
on paper. Jean.
Just say it. You don't even have to see it. Just say it.
Genital Fisher.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if she is punking people, that is hysterically funny. If not,
this is
She's just given her kid the name Genital Fisher.
Yeah, a very unfortunate coincidence.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Meghan McCain from The View was on with Seth Meyers, and they were talking about Ilhan Omar's comments and tweets that she had made that many took as anti-Semitic, and then she apologized. So Meghan McCain feels one way. This is what she always fights with Joy Behar about on the show. And Seth Meyers has his own opinions on this. So listen to the exchange back and forth with Meghan McCain from The View and Seth Meyers.
Is there a way for people to talk about differences in Israeli policy without getting framed as anti-Semitic language?
Yeah, I just think you can't talk about Jews hypnotizing the world, talking about all about the Benjamins.
You keep bringing up the 2 tweets that she's apologized for, and I think that's a little unfair to her, especially because we've established...
Are you her publicist?
What?
Are you her press person?
No, I'm just someone who cares about the fact that there's someone out there who is in a minority, who has had death threats against her, and I think that we should all use the same language that you're asking her to be careful about her language, and I would ask everybody else to be careful about theirs.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not sure what would make you happy coming out of my mouth right now? I'm genuinely curious.
Okay, so then Meghan's husband. Excuse me.
Sounds like a fun interview, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was like so much fun. It was a laugh a minute. So then Meghan McCain's husband goes on Twitter and says this: I see Seth Meyers, the untalented piece of ish who only has a job because he regularly gargled Lorne Michaels. Went after my wife tonight with his idiotic anti-Semitic BS. Goes on to say, Seth is an awful person who is known within the industry for how terrible he is. He is a monumental a-hole who is utterly unfunny. He deserves the mockery he receives from all the people who laugh at him. He ends it by saying, here is proof that white men get ahead despite their obvious lack of talent. Then he deleted all of that.
Oh my God.
Then he deleted all of that.
Oh yeah? I wonder why.
Okay. That was all gone. Then he deleted it. And then he just said, I love my wife. I apologize for rage tweeting about how Seth Meyers treated her. I don't like him. I think he's a hack, but I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry to anyone I offended. That's a great thing about Twitter, though, right?
You say what you want, then you delete it.
Yeah, exactly. And then nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody remembers. It's gone.
Except for those who like screen grabbed it, right?
Except for everybody. Starbucks, they say, this according to CNBC. So the cup that appeared in the coffee cup that appeared in last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago, the episode of Game of Thrones. Yeah. The first story was that Starbucks received an estimated $11 million in free advertising for that, which is a monumental number because it wasn't even a Starbucks cup. Now, Stacey Jones, CEO of the marketing company Hollywood Branded, told CNBC that she estimated the value of the cup in Game of Thrones, even though it was not a Starbucks cup, to have given Starbucks $2.3 billion in free advertising.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B.
So it was originally estimated. People were saying 11 mil.
Yes, and then now they're saying it's in the billions of advertising.
Is it because we're still talking about it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But the coffee cup was originally, the producers of the show said it came from a craft service truck, but there is a mom and pop coffee shop in Belfast called Paper Cup, and they said that it's not from craft services, that it's actually one of their cups. They say, quote, I think it's disgusting. It takes the promotion away from smaller businesses that need it, such as ours or someone else's whose cup it could have been. So they're upset that everybody's calling it the Starbucks cup when really it was their cup. So Dammit Maury tried to get a hold of somebody today at Paper Cup in Belfast.
Hello, Paper Cup.
Hi there. So are you guys upset, or do you think that now you're going to get the... I'm sorry?
No, this is lunchtime. We're really busy and we don't want to comment.
You don't want to comment on your cup being in Game of Thrones? That's an awesome thing.
I know. Sorry, I have to go. Customers waiting, okay?
Oh. Okay, but are you getting more...
Oh,
wow. Damn.
Not happy.
You know what? Very pleasant, though.
Yeah, super nice.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
It's now time for Ask Roz and Mocha. This is where we take the questions from Instagram that you post at Kiss925, and we'll just simply answer them and invite one of you to join us on the podcast, like Lewis is right now. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Wait, is it Lewis or Luis?
It's Luis.
All right, we've talked to you before, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
but we see your name pop up a lot.
Welcome to the podcast, Luis.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
What do you want to ask?
Okay, so my question is, what is the worst thing you guys have done or taken advantage of with the help of your celebrity status?
Ooh. Jeez.
Oh, man. For Maury, literally everything.
But no, not Maury. My agent, Mark Bentley.
Well, no, here's the thing, though, Maur, is that to me, like when Maury, if you've never heard of Mark Bentley before, Luis, or anybody else who's listening, Maury created a fake publicist and a Twitter account and everything else for a guy named Mark Bentley. And oftentimes Maury will call people posing as Mark Bentley to get Maury certain perks. I don't think that qualifies, though, so much as you using any sort of celebrity status to get something. That's just straight out lying.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a hustle. Like you've created a fake human being that calls and manipulates other people into giving a stranger.
Like, I think what Luis is asking is, have you ever said, hey, I'm Damn It Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show, and then continue with what it is you're looking for?
This past weekend at a friend's birthday party at a bowling alley, we were at the bottom of the list. It would have been an hour wait, and I used it to get us the next alley.
Right. Yes. So stuff like that. So
okay.
Maury's used it for bowling. Geez. Yeah. This every now and then when this does happen, my brother calls it a superpower.
Yeah.
He's like, use your superpower. And I'm like, come on, man. I don't want to use my superpower right now. He's like, no. He's like, come on, man. Just use your superpower. So I've done a lot of stuff. I've done stuff like that before, where you've called somewhere and just said that it was for you, or you have somebody else call on your behalf, and you get bumped up a line. And I've done that stuff. I don't think I'm putting anybody out. It's just mainly when somebody says there's no room. If I call and somebody's like, no, we can't accommodate you in some way, I know that that's always lies.
Sure.
Right? There's always a way. And what winds up happening, though, is where I start to feel bad is when you do those things where you call somebody up and then they bump you up a line or they give you the next lane or whatever else. Usually the thing that happens after that is they wind up not charging you.
Right.
And I always try and pay.
Yeah.
So I don't mind getting access to something, but I never want free stuff.
Sure.
Because I never want somebody to think that I called up asking something for free, because that's how those stories are then told.
Yeah. And that's why most of the time, I mean, there are times like you, Roz, where I will call to make like a legit reservation, let's say, somewhere.
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, sorry, we're full. And then I will send an email. I'll find out who the manager is or whoever, and just say, hey, I'm Mocha. I work for Kiss 92.5, Big Fanny Restaurant.
To your manager, please.
Trying to get a reservation. I'm told that it's full. Is there anything you can do to help me out?
And they're always accommodating.
And they're very, very accommodating. It's just I don't like doing that kind of stuff in public, because I don't want somebody to say, who does this guy think he is, trying to get something from us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I've also been in airports before where I was really, really far back in the line, and I emailed somebody that I knew who worked for the airline, and their way of helping me out was to show up in the middle of a line of hundreds of people with a wheelchair for me. Right? Like that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff I won't do. The other thing, where are you, dude? What is going on?
I'm sorry, I'm in school right now.
Oh, Jesus. Go somewhere quiet.
Go by the lockers.
So the other thing that sort of drives me nuts is whenever you're doing anything where somebody sends a car for you.
Yeah.
They always wind up illegally parking or parking in a handicap spot.
Oh.
And I will never get in or out of a car if somebody has done that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I know, when it comes to sort of using status to get stuff, I rarely do it. But the one thing I don't do is I don't ever want it to be negatively affecting my life, because
for sure.
Catherine will sometimes park in a handicap spot, or not like an expectant mother spot or the family spot or whatever it is. And sometimes we won't even have Roxy with us.
Oh no.
And I will look at her, I'm like, I'm not getting out of the car right now.
Yeah. Go find another spot.
She's like, why not? I'm like, because if we park here and I walk out and somebody takes the picture, it's going to be a picture of me and I'm the one that's going to get killed on Twitter, even though I'm not the one driving. So find another spot because I'm not getting out of the car right now. And she gets furious with me.
Really?
Like, furious with me.
No, I'm on your side
I'm
with
not
that,
doing it, man.
Why doesn't she understand that one?
At least because she's like you, Maury.
Maury, you have like no legs to stand on in this conversation. You illegally park all the time,
I was once
every
told
single
just park
day.
in a handy cab spot and get out and limp.
Right. Well, no, you need the sticker though, more, okay?
How about once I showed up at a patio, the lineup was super, super long.
Yeah.
So I sat down on a park bench, phoned the restaurant, told them who I was, just so I didn't have to wait in that line.
Right. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I'm just glad I understand what you mean.
Yeah. So there's a lot of little things. I mean, as far as big things go, oh, jeez. Yeah, I've used it with the police before. Going
really?
through contact with the cops when I needed the police help before.
Yeah.
I tried that.
I've
It didn't
done
work
that.
because I told them I host cops for cancer, and they're like, good for you. You still owe us for the ticket.
Yeah. Well, you're also not on my level, more.
Soak it in. Disrespect level 100.
Yeah, like I've received. I needed information one time, and it was information that I should not have had, and it was freely given to me before. But I needed it. Like I wasn't using it for any sort of malicious way. It was a concern. And I had questions that I was really hoping to get answered, and people were really, really helpful with that. But most times, I will tell you this, anytime that I have stuff done on the house, Catherine deals with them, because I find that there, for a lot of things that you may need done, whether it's with the roof or an appliance or plumbing or whatever it is, I wind up paying a higher price than what somebody else might. So when people show up to the house or it gets booked, it always gets booked through Catherine.
Yeah.
And when those guys show up, I'm hiding somewhere in the house.
Right.
Because I know that when it's time to write up that receipt, it's going to be bumped up because they think that I can afford way more than what other people can.
But who wants to,
But that doesn't make a difference.
You don't want to be
Maury.
hustled,
I don't want to be treated special. I just want to be treated fairly.
Yeah. Luis, hope that answered your question, bro.
Yeah, it did. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for listening. Get back to class.
All right, thanks, guys.
Right on.
We got to give a shout out to Sabrina. Sabrina says, I just want to say that I'm a grade 9 student and I listen to your podcast in class instead of music, which is a big deal because every kid only listens to music these days. Love you guys.
There you go. Ashley writes, would you rather, I love a would you rather, would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or forced to sing along to any song you heard?
Dance.
Wow.
Well, here's my question. If I'm forced to sing.
Yeah.
Does that mean you know the lyrics?
Yeah. Am I to know the lyrics of every single song?
No, you're just going to do your best.
You know what? Yeah. I'd rather sing.
I'm going to say dance because I would sing horribly.
Right.
I think we all would sing horribly, but
for safety reasons, I'm going to say sing because I couldn't imagine being in the car.
Yeah.
No,
how you gonna dance in the
being
car?
forced
You could do the
being
chair
forced to
dance.
dance.
Can't you just do the chair dance?
No, that's exhausting to me. See, to me, being forced to dance anywhere where you heard music is exhausting. Imagine Christmas shopping in a mall. Yeah. I'd rather walk around singing than have to walk around with all the bags
dancing. Or you sit on a patio at a bar, right? And you're enjoying a beer.
No, you will
they always play music, right?
You will, Mocha, if you chose dancing, you would forever look like you always had to pee.
Yeah, true.
Right? I'm gonna 100% go with singing. Now,
I would just say sing.
Yeah, singing more. Are you still going with dancing?
Still going to because I don't want people to stare at me.
They do anyway.
Terrellyn asked this: would you say something to a person if you saw that they had a stain on their shirt, food in their teeth, and or a booger in their nose?
Of course.
Absolutely. Oh,
100%.
Wow.
Joe Jonas was here once and he had a booger in his nose and it was killing me because I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say something or not.
Yes, you are.
And he was standing right in front of me. And to this day, anytime I see him, I can't stop thinking about the booger in his nose.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
I 100%. And I appreciate it. I've been on shoots before where somebody that I didn't even really have a great working relationship with has told me to, she brought out tweezers and was like, you can take these and do it yourself, or I'm happy to do it for you. And I'm like, what's that? And she goes, you have one super long nose hair.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
really?
And I was like, oh, man, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
But
like,
do you
okay.
appreciate that, or do you get upset?
I totally appreciate it.
Yeah, I would appreciate it,
completely,
too.
But I appreciate the bluntness. What I don't like is when somebody's like whispery.
Yeah.
Like it's some sort of like it's a shameful thing.
You have a really long nose hair.
Like with somebody like Joe Jonas, as a producer, I would have just said, before we do pictures at the end, just do that and just wipe your nose. And they'd be like, oh man, cool, thank you.
But I was so embarrassed because I'm like, what if he gets upset?
Why would he get upset?
He wouldn't get upset.
I think he would get more
Nobody
upset
would
at
get
the
upset.
fact that if there was a picture out there that was taken and he had a booger in his nose that was hanging out
Yeah.
and nobody else in the room said anything, especially you, the person taking the picture with him, that also noticed.
And I get your question, like, why would he get upset? But like, you always think that, going like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do as a celebrity?
No, because that moment you've made it. You're making it all about you at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, Diana asked this question. When you guys are not working together, do you miss each other?
Absolutely. I miss Roz all the time.
No.
I would say no, because it makes the show the show.
Yeah.
And also, Roz and I text like enough times throughout the day.
Yeah, true. No, I don't. I miss doing the show.
Sure.
But do I miss like you guys? No.
I mean, there are times at night where I'm just like, I feel like, oh, I should say hi to Roz. You know, or I'll text her. I'm
Times at
like,
night, you feel like you should say hi to him?
No. You know, and do you know what Maury will
weird.
do? You know what Maury will do is in those times at night when he needs attention from me, what he will do when he's not getting attention from me, he will text me a screen grab of an email where somebody paid him a compliment in an email and then send me that email.
Oh, why? To be like, hey, look how great I am, or look how great this person thinks I am?
This person thinks I'm great. I haven't heard from you.
Oh.
Is that not the most?
well, I don't say it like that. In my mind, I'm like, you know, thinking Roz will write back going, oh, that's great. Good for you.
No. So he will send that to me.
Yeah.
Right? He'll send it to me and I won't reply because I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. And it's so weird. It's so weird. And then he'll write me back an hour later and all he'll write is, thought that was a nice email.
I thought you were going to bring up when I sent you a picture of me doing a mask.
No. And the other thing that Maury will do is Maury will send me when he needs attention. He will then go to his own social feed on Twitter or Instagram, and he will send me the post that he put on Instagram. Because
he does that
I
all
haven't
the time.
seen the post on Instagram, so he texts me his Instagram feed.
And then he'll say, it would be cool to get a like from you.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Roz will write
it's always this. Thought you'd find that funny.
It's true.
Yeah. Thought you'd like that.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It won't stop.
So no, do I miss Maury? No.
Okay, Cassandra Brown. This is a fantastic question. What is one part of your daily routine that would completely throw off your day if you didn't do it?
Showering.
Yeah, for me, if I wake up late and I know I don't have time to shower and only time to like maybe brush my teeth, wash my face, and get out the door, it would bother me until I got home and able to shower that I didn't shower that morning.
Really? Huh?
Yeah. Or if I was in like a super rush, but I had time to shower, it would ruin my day and throw me off if I got out of the shower, dry myself, and put my clothes on and then left.
Yeah.
Without lotioning my body.
Really? You lotion every day?
Every single day.
Full head to toe lotion?
Yep, because I like to
Really?
have soft skin. I don't like to have dry, ashy skin.
Don't you hate the feeling of putting on a shirt over a moist body?
Oh, man. Oh.
You love that, huh?
Listen.
Really? Like
Yeah,
belly and
that's
everything? Like just...
Bro, everything.
I don't know when the last time I put lotion on my body. Like,
Really?
Oh, 20 years ago.
Only lotion the tops of my hands.
No, 20 years. Like,
Oh, yeah, we can tell.
I've never used a lotion.
you.
No, not for me.
No, everywhere.
It's not for me.
Everywhere.
No, sorry. I used to use cocoa butter.
I hate that smell.
Yeah, you do.
Do you really?
hate it?
I hate 'cause it reminds-
cocoa butter's the best. Are you
No,
kidding me?
it reminds me of massages.
No, it's
Oh,
the best. I used
yeah,
to
cocoa butter's
I
real
did used to
nice.
love a cocoa butter.
Yeah,
I used to
cocoa
shave my
butter's
legs and put
real
cocoa butter
nice.
all over them. Look
So anyway,
out.
that's what would throw me off.
Yeah.
Or you said shower.
Yeah, but now I would also say nap. If I don't get my afternoon nap, it really throws
I know,
the rest
we've
of my
seen
day
you
off.
at noon, Maury. Noon does not agree with you at all. You look like you just came out of chemo. Like you are
my
rough.
God.
You see Maury at 12 noon any day of the week.
Yeah.
He is rough looking.
Yeah.
Like
True.
rough looking.
What if you forget to put deodorant on? Does it throw off your day?
No.
Okay.
That's fine. Do you have anything that throws off your day?
Yeah, the one thing that I do consistently is that when I go, the way that I have the bathroom set up where I get ready is when I'm drying my hair with the hairdryer, with the Dyson, I sit on the toilet and I stare at, and the mirror is in front of me. So I stare at myself in the mirror.
Sitting on the toilet drying your hair?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. While if anything else happens at that point. So
hold on.
Yeah.
You're like sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, I sit on the toilet.
Oh, I thought you meant you were just sitting on it, using it as a seat, but
No.
you're sitting it, using it as a toilet.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting. Yeah, I'm on the toilet while drying my hair, getting the bathroom nice and hot, which sometimes I regret. I sit on the toilet while drying my hair and staring at myself in the mirror, and there have been times where
do you talk to yourself in the mirror?
There have been times where like somebody's been staying over at the house or whatever, and where they're sleeping is really close to that bathroom that I get ready in, so I'll use another bathroom to get ready in, and I don't have a mirror in front of me, and it throws me off completely.
Really?
Yeah.
If you can't dry your hair and look at yourself in the mirror?
I know, I need to stare at myself. Like, it's the weirdest thing, man. Like,
that's
I
weird.
can't just dry my hair. Like, I need to sit. Also, I can't stand to do any of that stuff. Right? I need to sit on something. And, like, if I'm at a hotel, I will go into the room in the hotel, drag the desk chair into the tiny little bathroom.
No, you will not.
And sit on the desk chair and like dry my hair and stuff like that. Like I don't stand. I have to be sitting. I have to be sitting in front of a mirror, preferably on the toilet. And if I can't do the toilet, then I'll like find a stool or a chair or something to sit on. Yes.
It's going to be too far.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting on the toilet,
yes.
Are you naked?
Sometimes I have a robe on, and if I get too hot, I just fold it down. So it looks like I'm wearing like a blanket around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're in the hotel and you're sitting on the office chair in the bathroom. Naked or same thing with the robe half down?
Naked with a towel on the seat part.
Ew, but you don't know who else is sat naked on that chair.
No, but I put a towel.
Okay.
I put a towel down.
Okay.
But yes, yeah,
Okay.
naked, but with a towel.
Don't you in your bedroom, don't you in your home bathroom have a massive picture of you behind the toilet?
Yeah, in one of my bathrooms I do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw it in a video.
There's a picture of you in your own bathroom behind the toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The picture is not of me behind a toilet.
No, it's like a posed portrait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, why are you going into so much detail?
I know,
Like,
it's so weird. You know what happened is I gave Maury my GoPro one day because he had something to film. And then he went on it and just looked at all the other stuff that I'd filmed like in the house and
snooped?
stuff. Right? Isn't that so...
Oh, everyone would do that.
No.
That's a man's business.
No, but then he starts texting me about it.
No, I sent you. Did I send you a screen grab?
I don't even know. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, but
Dude,
I was
you're so weird.
So weird,
Wait,
right?
hold on, but don't you
But
wanna
no,
know
I
about
do.
this
Yes,
picture?
I do have a giant picture of myself in my bathroom above the toilet.
Come on, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's huge too. And when I say giant, I mean it's probably like 2 feet by 3.5 feet.
And that's not weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's big. It's the size of like a 40-inch television.
So when you're looking in the mirror, you see two of you.
No, different bathroom.
Okay.
Different bathroom.
Oh, man.
Yeah, in that bathroom I only stand so I can be eye to eye with myself.
Oh, God.
But yes, I do have a giant picture.
Vanessa says, this is kind of a more of a romantic question,
There you
but
go.
when you guys knew that your partners were the one, what was it like and what was going through your head?
Oh, God.
At the time.
I think we've told these stories before, but doesn't mean we can't tell them again. Yeah, it's interesting, with me because when Catherine got pregnant, we weren't really together. I was going through some real stuff and didn't treat her well at all and didn't treat myself well at all. And I was with somebody who was just so terrible for me, and it was almost like a self-punishing kind of thing and whatever. But she was terrible for me, this other person. And not necessarily a terrible person, terrible for me also. And I had a real blowout with her one night, and I started just thinking like the ultimate sort of thoughts. And whenever we do FMLs, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we do Roz Mocha Fix My Life, I'll often say to somebody when it's a relationship problem, close your eyes and think about your future and is that person in it? And so I did that. And what I thought about was, when I'm dying, when it's over and it's my last days, who do I want with me? is what I thought. And immediately, as soon as I was drunk at a bar and I thought that, and I was just like, God, I was busted up. I was like so upset. And I just closed my eyes and I thought about my future, me dying on a bed. And I'm like, who do I want there with me? And the only person whose face came to my head was Catherine.
Oh, dude.
And it was at that moment where I texted her and I went to her house that night. I went to her apartment that night. And we were not in the best of terms, but we still loved each other like so greatly. And she was so patient and so just wonderful and awesome through my downward spiral. And I went to her house that night and I told her all of this. And that's the night she wound up getting pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Right? But I didn't know. So we had one night together, and then we sort of just took a couple of days off, and then it was a little bit later that she came over, and was like, hey, we need to talk about us, because I know we've been spending some time together, and I just need to know how you feel. I need to know right now where your head is at with me and with us and what's going on. And I told her, I was like, listen, the reason I showed up at your house that night was because I closed my eyes and imagined myself dying, and the only person I wanted there with me was you. And she goes, good, because I'm pregnant.
Ooh.
Right? Yeah. And then so we packed up her apartment and she moved in.
Nice.
And it's been that way ever since.
Yeah.
Right? But minus that little blip, I had always known. I met Catherine the first night I met Catherine. She held my hand, and I knew that she was just something special. She had just an incredible energy to her. So I knew right away, but I denied it for a long time because I was so self-centered.
Yeah.
And I needed her help to try and level me out.
That's a real nice story, dude.
Yeah.
I like it.
When you close your eyes now, who do you picture?
You, Maury.
Okay,
I'm
great.
kidding. I don't picture myself lying in a bed dying, Maury. I picture you lying in a bed dying. Alone with nobody around.
Oh no. Ow. Oh man.
When did you know? Right away with Jenna?
Yeah, I knew right away.
You guys
We
moved
met
in real quick together too,
yeah.
right?
I think it was like after our first date. I knew.
Yeah.
And it was our first date was not that long after we had met. And I asked her to be my girlfriend like real soon.
Yeah.
Like a couple of weeks after we had met, and then 1 month later, I asked her to move in with me. Yeah. And it was when she moved in with me, I like knew that this was the woman that I was going to marry.
Yeah, it's you. I would consider the two of you as one of those just sort of. You can't picture it any other way. Like you're an indestructible couple in the sense that it was just so perfect out of the gate. And oftentimes people do wind up getting these fantastic relationships, but it requires work as a lot of relationships do. And I'm not saying your relationship doesn't require work. That's not what I'm saying. But you guys seem to know that you were for each other. It was just a matter of you navigating that together to make it all happen, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could have all gone wrong.
Oh, completely.
It could have all gone wrong when you go into something that fast.
And I
but it was
knew
the fact
that, but
the
I was
two
willing.
of you were just so committed to to going through that with each other. Like there was never a conversation that you had where you had more. You were like, oh, I think that I might like her more than she likes me. It was like you guys were on the same level from day one, and have just escalated since then.
Here's the thing. When I asked her, the reason why I asked her to move in with me so quickly is because at that time, she was looking for a place.
Yeah.
She was looking for a condo downtown. And
you were like, wow.
And she said, there was one night we were hanging out, and then I think like I slept over or something, and then she said, do you want to come with me? I have these 3 appointments to go see these 3 condos, right? And I'm like, yeah, cool. So I went, and there were some like real nice places, but I was finding something wrong with every single one of them. Because in my mind, we're going to see all these places, and I'm like, but I don't want her to move here. I would rather like selfishly, I'm going to tell her, hey, I have this great idea. Why don't you just move in with me? Yeah. So all these beautiful places she was looking at, I kept finding something wrong with them. I'm like,
yeah, you weren't in it.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was like, the bedroom kind of seems a little bit small. You have to buy new furniture. Yeah, the kitchen, I don't know.
It's not, this place sucks.
I'm like, hey, I know a great place. My place,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then I cleared out, like in the master bedroom, I cleared out the entire closet. It had all my stuff in it. And I cleared it
All your toys.
right out. No, all my clothes.
Oh, okay.
Every single article of clothing. So it was an empty closet, right? And it was the biggest closet in the condo.
Yeah.
And I said to her, like I brought her over one day and I'm like, you can just put all your stuff in here.
Yeah.
And she's like, where's all your stuff? I'm like, don't worry, I'll figure it out. And I just shoved it in like another closet that was way, way smaller. Because I wanted to show her that I was serious about having her move in with me.
Yeah,
Right?
and we all know that. The closet space matters.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Closet space matters.
Damn it, Maury?
I told Matthew that when he was ready to date me, to just say the word now.
And he still
And when he
hasn't said
said
it.
the word now, I knew he was the one. But it was different because I didn't clear out all my stuff for Matthew to move in. He did it for me.
With a garbage bag. Right? Matthew even threw out Maury's cats.
That's how I knew he was the one.
Now, enough times. These cats are leaving now.
No.
These shirts are leaving now.
Maury's still, and how long have you guys been together?
12 years.
12 years. Matthew will still throw out Maury's clothes that he doesn't like.
He did it yesterday.
What did he throw out yesterday?
He goes, my awesome favorite Campbell soup shirt. He's like, I shrunk it. We should throw it out.
Yeah, I know that shirt.
That thing
so
had been
awesome,
he hates it so much. That thing had been in the dryer for like 16 hours. trying to shrink it up.
Okay,
there we
let's
go.
continue here. Olivia, favorite episode of The Office, favorite scene, and favorite character?
What's the one where they all put different races on their forehead and they had to go
Oh, dude,
around
that's like season 1, episode 2 or 3.
That was
right?
one of
It was
my
for like sensitivity training because of Michael Scott.
Who's my favorite character. I love Michael Scott.
Yeah. Mine is season 4, episode 13, and it is labeled, the reason why I know this is because I just watched it on Netflix the other day, is the one labeled Dinner Party.
Yeah,
it's
the dinner
when
party's great.
Michael and Jan invite a couple of people from the office over for dinner, and Michael shows off his... he has like a 10-inch plasma TV.
Yeah, it's on the wall, on a bracket.
Yeah, and he's telling Jim, it's like, I splurged.
Yeah.
I installed it myself.
And doesn't she play a song
Oh
that
my
was
God.
like from a guy that she knows, but it's all about him screwing her?
Okay, that is my favorite scene from the episode.
Okay.
Where things are super awkward, and then Jan
starts dancing, right?
says, oh, let's listen to some music. Have you heard my former assistant, Hunter?
Yeah.
He put out an album. And then Michael's sitting there awkward, and he says something like, oh yeah, it's like real great. And then the lyrics, and as Jan is dancing, and she's closing her eyes, swaying back and forth and trying to get Jim to dance with her. The lyrics go, you took me by the hand, made me a man. That one night, you made everything all right. That's my favorite episode ever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What about the one where Michael Scott had to travel and he was trying to invite everyone to his hotel room and he threw a party? It was just him in the party or whatever.
No, it was him and Dwight, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I love The Office so
That's
much.
such a good show. I don't know if I have a favorite episode, but those are just classics.
Yeah.
What else do I love I loved the Run for Rabies.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yeah, they're raising money. Yeah.
Raising money to cure rabies. That one was great.
Yeah.
Geez, yeah. There's Prison Mike.
Oh.
I love Prison Mike.
I think that one is probably my second favorite.
Yeah,
episode.
like there's so many great episodes of The Office. I may go back and Catherine put an episode on the other night, and Roxy was there, thinking that maybe Roxy might be into it.
Yeah,
and she just she's not there yet. Like she's 9,
Sure.
so she's not there on that tone of humor yet. So she turned it off, and then she'd be like, a couple more years, we'll give The Office another go.
Yeah,
because it's good.
It still airs like Friends. Like you could just put on the TV. The Office is always on.
Always on. Always on.
All right, should we do one more?
Yeah, quickly.
Oh, here we go. G asked this question. How come Damn It Maury is still married after all the that happened on your show? Is that true love?
Yeah.
Well, because he doesn't hear anything.
Yeah. If you walked in the house, Maury, and Matthew had his phone in his hand and he was listening to an episode of the podcast, would you just slap it right out of his hand?
Oh, immediately.
Stomp it on the floor? Yeah.
Give me that.
Every week, you'll see on Instagram at Kiss925, ask Roz and Mocha. Ask us anything you want, and we'll try our best to answer them, and we'll also try our best to get one of you to join us on the next podcast. Thanks for listening. It's been the Roz and Mocha Show, podcast episode 77.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
Kiss925.com
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.